All right. So good evening and a warm welcome to all of you, all the participants here. I hope this is recorded. All right. So there are still some participants who needs to join, but still we'll start our session on time. So आप सबका स्वागत है. Uh, I hope we'll start the session with recall of the last session. How many of you have जो इमरान जी ने activity दिया था, right? How many of you have practiced that SWOT analysis? So can we get some answers on the chat box? Can we just recall, re-summarize what we have learned in the last session, Bhavya? So what work we have done in the last session?
Sir has taught us about weakness, strength, opportunities, and threats. What all we have to analyze, self-analyze. So assignment as of now, I not done. Next session, I'll be giving it.
No, you don't need to give
So,
it. You can work with yourself, right? Just as Imranji said, please do your own assessment, right? Of SWOT analysis. I'm sure you all are trainers, coaches, but still there's always scope for improvement, right? Always scope for continuous improvement. So please do that work now before the next session. Yeah, thank you, Bhavya. Yeah, hi, Charuji.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, good evening.
Yeah, what I recall of what he was teaching was one thing that he started his the lecture with very important thing, that is you want to be a warrior or a warrior. So he taught us that you've got to be a warrior and how you're going to become a warrior. And for that, he taught us that the most important things are the four dimensions to create an impact, which included inspiration, information, entertainment, and transformation. Then he also talked about the law of attraction and about intelligence and wisdom, and also about the DIKW, that is data, information, knowledge, and wisdom. So from failure, how you become a success. And when you are to become a success, you've got to be king of the subject. You've got to be very powerful with it. So he's for that. Then we went on to the SWOT analysis. And of course, then he did tell us about how we should be working on our strengths. Work, of course, what strength exactly means, or what weakness exactly means, or opportunities, or threats, or challenges that we face. But he said one of the most important thing, that balance is very important. So this
Great, great.
kind
So
of a
you done that.
summary of what you were saying there.
So entire
So
DIKW
yes,
Charu has done, right? So great.
yeah.
And one more thing, Charu, just explain DIKW for the entire audience before we go ahead.
Yeah, DIKW was the data that we are collecting, and he also taught us the fact that when it's data within 24 hours, we tend to lose 95% of the data if we are not recollecting or recalling it, and 5% of data gets lost in in a week's time if we do not focus and we do not read, recall whatever we are doing. So that is what is data, and from data we convert it into information. And how are we going to convert it into information? That is by writing a summary, recalling it. We can record it in our voice, whatever suits a person to recall. It can be writing smaller notes, it can be making something graphic about it, what you've learned. So that is how you convert data into information. And then when you share this information, gradually it converts into knowledge, because everything is available, but how we are using it, that becomes knowledge. And of course then it ultimately leads to, that knowledge also remains, if we are not implementing that knowledge also, so we remain a failure and we are not implementing it in the right way. So to be a success, and success is wisdom, that is a very higher stage then, when you're completely, you're in control of everything.
Absolutely. So, basically, whatever you're learning here, learn matlab, with the perspective that you're going to teach, or you just implement immediately, reinforce your learnings again and again. Second important point what Charu said is be a warrior, not a warrior. Means don't live a mediocre life. From going forward now,
Yes.
after this particular program, you cannot accept mediocrity, right? You need to thrive for greatness, right? You need to be a risk taker when an entrepreneur, and when you eventually launch this program and you start monetizing it. So please don't accept any kind of mediocrity. You need to be a
Yes.
risk taker. You have to go out and implement. You have to take action. Without that, you will not be getting results, right? So anybody else wants to share the last, just a 5 second. Anybody else wants to share their learnings?
One first one.
Yeah.
Two things which I like. One was the book he recommended. Although I couldn't read the book because I have ordered but yet not received. That was by MP. But the central theme of the book was like we are leaving everything for our children when we go to the other world, the property, the cash, and everything. But the knowledge and the wisdom we carry will go to the graveyard with us only if we do not share it. So the basic idea of this book has really, inspired me that the kind of experiences, the kind of knowledge, the kind of learnings we are having, we must share it with the young generation and others. And the second thing he said was like, it is a teaching technology only, which we say, I hear and I forget. I see, I hear and I see, I remember. But when I see, I hear and I do, I learn. So these were the two takeaways. Apart from what Charu has shared, I think she has summarized the whole session in a beautiful way.
Thank you, Ms. Sham. Yeah, Nirmal ji, last we'll take from there. Nirmal ji.
Yeah, very good evening, everyone. Avilash the best part for me was when you also said, and same sir also said, that the very important part is to unlearn the things. Empty your cup first. Because all
Absolutely.
these years of conditioning and all these things are learnings or mislearnings or conditioning. When we let go of that one, the real learning begins. And already some of the participants, they also added the most beautiful part was the sir recommended a book, Die Empty. Until and unless you are not ready to give yourself 100% what are your learnings to the society or in your field or industry, so it's not worth. When you apply
Absolutely.
this principle, this die empty or give everything you have learned. So generally, whatever you get the data, you convert into information, then knowledge and wisdom. That is the core part that I learned.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nirmal ji. तो विल थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर शेयरिंग्स. आप में से कितने लोगों ने सॉर्ट किया, प्लीज पुट इन द चैट बॉक्स. हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू कंप्लीटेड सॉर्ट एनालिसिस? एवरी आफ्टर एवरी सेशन विल बी चेकिंग अप विथ यू कि आपने प्रैक्टिकल्स किए कि नहीं. यू हैव टू स्पेंड योर टाइम बिकॉज वी हैव अ लिमिटेड यू कैन से टाइम. तो बिटवीन द टाइम यू नीड टू इम्प्लीमेंट थिंग्स ऑन ग्राउंड एंड वी आर वेरी सीरियस अबाउट इम्प्लीमेंटेशन. अगर आपने नहीं किया है तो प्लीज इम्प्लीमेंट कीजिएगा बिकॉज गोइंग फॉरवर्ड विल बी वेरी स्ट्रिक्टली reviewing this part ना. So thank you very much for your sharing. The most important thing जो इमरान जी ने बताया था, please don't keep any entitlement. हमारा कुछ entitlement होगा ना, we have some kind of degrees or something, that's definitely fine, but you have come here as a learner now. तो बहुत सारी चीजें आप अनलर्न करो. जैसे निर्मल जी ने कहा कि empty your cup, बच्चे बन जाओ, बिकॉज अब हम बच्चों को भी कोच करेंगे, पेरेंट्स को भी कोच करने वाले. तो आगे बढ़ते हैं विद दिस नोट. ओके, जस्ट अ मिनट. To me, what I'm going to share you now is this particular slide of enlightening minds. This is with the perspective of parenting presentation, right? Parenting presentation means whenever you are going to any forum, whenever doing one-on-one presentation to parents, or whenever you're addressing around 50 to 100 parents in a room. 100 parents का मतलब है हो सकता है couples, 100 couples यानी कि 200 parents in a room. We have been using this particular presentation. This has been a rockstar winner for us. We have got registrations of 35 to 40,000 with the same presentation, right? इसको आप और अपने creativity से निखार सकते हो आप. ठीक है. So I am going to take you through the entire presentation just in another 10 minutes. I will not take much of your time because you will have much more powerful session of Mr. Imran. So the reason I'm sharing this PPT with you so that you get a clarity about this presentation. Now, how you need to learn this entire program, the TTT, the parenting coaching, the how to train kids, sales part, how to give presentation, everything will be revolving around this presentation basically. Initial part, because you need to get the kids enrolled. Uske baad hi aap isko, you will be able to run the business, run the show. So I will just take you through. Obviously, we will keep a separate session altogether how to do this presentation. So you will get a clarity, all right, the next 10-15 minutes. So please bear with me. I will take you to the entire presentation. Presentation कैसे unfold होता है, how you start the presentation, everything, right? So welcome parents. So जब मैं आपको parents की तरह जैसे address करूंगा. So welcome parents to Enlightening Minds. तो हम लोग ये presentation actually 3 घंटे का presentation करते थे, तो हमने इसको concise करके 1.5 hour का कर दिया है presentation. Normally अगर जब करेंगे तो we'll do at the during the end of the program in July. Imran ji will tell you how to sell from stage. You'll have a lot of practice on this presentation also. So welcome to Enlightening Minds presentation, parents. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया देना. We tell them when we do this presentation, we tell parents about certain ground rules. उस ground rules में हम लोग parents को energize करते हैं, right? So please keep your energy level very high, right? Please do not have distractions. हम लोग जब hall में होते हैं, whenever we are in the school premises or whenever I'm addressing or me or my team or anybody, any presenter is addressing, so we ask them to switch off their phones, right? So हम लोग क्या करते हैं, I will tell you एक छोटा सा before the inviting the parents for the presentation. Whenever we invited them to the international schools, we used to invite the entire family. We used to invite both the parents and their children who are in the age group of 7 to 14 years in the school premises, right? And we used to charge them a small 100-200 rupees. We हम लोग एक ticket price रखते थे. We used to charge a ticket. So what we used to do now, we used to keep the kids separately in another room. We had a batch of trainers who used to engage the kids so that there is no distraction with the parents, right? The parents are in a separate seminar hall, right? So for example, I'm addressing 50 or 100 parents. There is a separate seminar hall where I'm addressing the parents, and the kids are in a separate room. Why I charge that 100-200 ticket from the parents? Because we will be giving them some snacks, some worksheets so that they are engaged for the next 2 hours. So trains at so what we tell parents, we have a special parenting session for you in another seminar hall, and we have a separate training session, a small training session where we are engaging kids. We're teaching them some meditation exercises, some affirmation things, eye gym exercises, something the kids will be learning something and enjoying also, right? So it's a fun based learning for kids. तो बच्चों के लिए भी outing हो जाता है. There's also outing for kids and the parents also. Parents also have free time where they're having a seminar for the next. So they are totally in a non-distracted mode. So their mobile phones, we switch it off. So there's a particular structure where you have to follow. I will tell you everything. I'm just telling you this, the ground rules. So once they are, there are particular ground rules where we set. We tell them, please keep your energy level high. So we ask them, no, I want good morning. Good morning हो तो एक particular energy level पे लेके आना है. And there's certain ground rules. Please do not distract and everything. This session will go on till the next 2.5 hours. We'll tell you about the advanced programs also. And then we introduce this program slide, right? So welcome to Enlightening Minds. Now, then we tell about the faculties, about the company. So this slide will have your company brand name, right? So you will be actually using this presentation with your brand name itself. So as we go ahead, then all the faculties who are the founders, right? So I will tell you. So you have to make similar ETR. ETR means earn the right to speak. I'm sure all of you have a very amazing profiles. So you can put, if you want our help, we'll also help you how to deck that particular presentation. Then Mr. Imran, who is a program director with Guru Schools, right? So his program mentor. So she's Payal Shah. She also is one of the faculty. She also conducts a lot of sessions in Guru Schools. So now as we go ahead, so I'm just, I'm not going in depth with the PPT, but I'm telling you what are the elements in the PPT. This particular presentation you will be practicing rigorously till you're becoming a pro in this part. ठीक है, इन टाइम टू कम. नाउ इसको कैसे आपको प्रेजेंटेशंस करने हैं और इसके अंदर भी क्या क्या प्रोग्राम्स है, व्हाट ऑल प्रोग्राम्स फॉर किड्स आल्सो, आई विल गाइड यू नो कंप्लीटली हियर. So first we'll go with the statistics part. So when we start, we tell them ki why we started this particular program, right? So when we started the company, we were very inquisitive about kids training industry, and we were always keen in doing a lot of primary research. I'm sure most of you have gone through this slide also, this particular one, right? So we visited a lot of schools, we met a lot of parents, especially those areas where there are a lot of parenting footfalls. So we gave them a lot of concerns. Ki what are the problem areas concerning kids? We asked parents. We gave them a lot of supplements, a lot of questionnaires. They gave us a lot of areas of problems what kids are facing, which schools are not able to resolve. Especially marks. A lot of high marks are required in today's time, right? So just a minute. I got a message. All right, ठीक है. So a lot of marks are required. Kids are burdened with a lot of pressure. मैं हिंदी में बोलूंगा, बच्चों के कंधे इस प्रेशर से बढ़ते जा रहे हैं. बच्चों के कंधे प्रेशर से दबते जा रहे हैं. Their shoulders have been burdened with a lot of pressure about marks. They need to avail to get admission to premium colleges. Second is right? Course content, right? If you see today's course content of 6th standard student, earlier we had those same course content in 10th standard, right? The course curriculum is getting vast. Even 5th standard student are, I've saw my, 3rd standard, the students in 3rd standard are learning about evaporation, water cycles, which used to learn in 8th standard. So, right, so they are burdened with course content. Even schools are burdened with course content, right? The third part is kids have zero life skills, right? They have a zero empathy ratio, empathy level. Schools are not being able to focus on empathy, adversity skills, right? How to deal with, we teach them how to achieve success, but what about failure? When they face, how to face failures is called adversity quotient, right? Zero life skills. Kids are being depressed and fatigued nowadays. Schools are have received circulars from government of India that you have to appoint a behavioral therapist or psychologist to deal with kids depression. This is something very sorry state what schools are, kids are facing, right? So this have become very alarming concerns what we faced. Now इसमें एक और आएगा कि we also have found about the suicide statistics, right? That also you can you can narrate that particular ordeal as well. Now, what we did, we created a panel of experts, right? It included neuroscientists, doctors, global leaders, thought leaders, educators, and we devised this powerful program called Enlightening Minds. It's a flagship program. We also did a lot of research. What what are the advanced, you can say, research or practices? What the globally what foreign countries are following. We adapted all the best practices and curated this powerful program called Enlightening Minds. It's a 1-year flagship program with a framework. Now there are 2 core outcomes of the program. First is concentration, building learning abilities multifold. Learning abilities, I've already told you, I'm not going into deep into depth. वो presentation में हम depth में जाएंगे. Concentration, comprehension, memory, and recall. Right? These are the 4 components of learning abilities. Concentration, my attention span is 30 seconds or 30 minutes. I think so. One of the very famous person told कि my concentration, but the secret of my success is my attention span, my concentration. I can concentrate for a span of 30 minutes and more. I'm sure nobody in this particular hall can concentrate for focus for more than 30 minutes. That's a statement of a very, I don't recall his name. I think Dale Carnegie, I think so, right? Comprehension means whatever I have learned, am I able to comprehend it or not? मैंने जो भी पढ़ाई किया मैंने बता पा रहा हूँ कि नहीं बता पा रहा हूँ. Memory, राइट? शाम को पढ़ाई किया, सवेरे एकदम क्लीन स्लेट है, यानी व्हाट हैव लर्न इन द इवनिंग आई एम नॉट एबल टू रिटेन एनीथिंग द नेक्स्ट डे, forget about the next 3 days. Recall, this is where I get a lot of queries from parents, right? Recalling at the right time, right? No, the kids are super prepared, right? Once they go into examination hall, they know that they can recall the questions, but answers के समय उनको याद ही नहीं आता है आंसर क्या है. They forget the answers. It's called memory blip, or you can say recall blip. It's a temporary issue, right? Once they come out of the examination hall, they immediately recall, अरे मुझे तो याद था. So these are the areas where we empower these 4 areas. Learning ability automatically improves. Next is life skills, also very very important, right? हम तो गिरते पड़ते मार्क्स तो लिखे आ जाएंगे, right? But life skills are equally important, right? Marks definitely, where nobody in my banking career, right? Hardly anybody asked me how much marks I've got in 10th or 12th standards. Nobody might have asked you also, right? Very few people have been asked how much marks you got in graduation 10th or 12th. But life skills are important. It will prepare you for the road ahead. So we also build the life skills also, which schools are not able to focus. So there's the core 2 areas. Now these are 4 parameters. In the parenting session we cover these 4 parameters. I will just tell you what all we cover. So this becomes very core. So basically these 4 parameters actually demolishes a lot of objection, right? Or you can say relaxes the mindset of the parents to register in this program. First thing is, every child is unique, right? So we ask the parents, how many of you think we treat the child uniquely in your home, in your school? We ask this to the parents. So raise your hand. So parents say, okay, yes, yes. So in the schools also we have 100, sometimes 80 to 100 students in one classroom. They are being taught in the same manner. But have you thought every child is unique? Their grasping capability is very different. The way they understand things, the way they grasp certain things, the way they have the understanding of the concepts. For example, some students may have very good understanding of mathematics or logic, or logical intelligence is very high. Some people are very much keen in languages. Some people are very keen in you can say visualization, or or arts and science, right? Every child is unique. So we understand the unique ability of the child through our series of tests called psychometric analysis. There is a story also which we'll tell you in the presentation, right? There was a so कहते हैं कि एक जंगल में एक competition होता है. There was a competition in jungle, right? So everybody thought कि we will keep monkey as the judge, right? Monkey ने बताया कि जो भी पेड़ पे जल्दी पहले चढ़ेगा, यानी whoever climbs the tree first is the king of the jungle. So monkey decided this part, right? So obviously, who won? Monkey won, right? Monkey won the competition. But I'm not concerned about whether monkey won the competition or not, right? I'm concerned if fish considered herself stupid in the entire competition, right? Fish is not meant to climb the tree. Fish is meant to swim in the water, right? It has a different, unique capability. Our child is similar to that. Our child have different capabilities. We need to identify that. That's the parent. That's the role of a father. So we address the father in the room. So entire presentation has some kind of psychology. We address sometimes fathers. We address sometimes mother. Right. So this. So through this, every child is unique. We connect to the psychometric assessment or psychometric analysis. Right. So we tell them there's a particular series of tests. What we do, where we understand the entire blueprint of the child. We get a report. We do the counseling of the child. Right. Okay, fine, Venuji, you can keep the video off. Sometimes bandwidth is low, that's absolutely fine, not a problem. Okay. Now, as we go ahead, next is 3 areas of knowledge, right? I know what I know. So there are always 3 areas of knowledge in our life. I know what I know means I know I know to drive a motorbike, right? I know what I don't know. This is another area of knowledge. I know that I don't know how to, you can say, drive a aeroplane, or you can say, operate an aeroplane. I know I don't know that part. There are also a particular sphere of knowledge where we know I do not know that I do not know. It also exists in your life, right? I address to parents this way. So there are a lot of things which are in your sphere of knowledge which you don't know, only which exists but you don't know. For example, super brain yoga. Parents in the room, how many parents in the room know that the super brain yoga exists? Can you all come and do this super brain yoga? We tell this part. This psychology behind all these things. So it creates a kind of inquisitiveness. So super brain yoga karke, then we tell about more about super brain yoga. So this also, so normally what happens na, parents come with a lot of preconceived notions. अरे ये सब मेरे को मालूम है, अरे ये तो मैंने कहीं देखा हुआ है. So we tell them certain things. There are a lot of areas which you don't know that you don't know also. You don't know that you don't know. Super brain yoga is one of the things. Panch koshas, right? Where we actually develop the entire, holistically, the entire personality of the child, right? You may not know about this, but they exist, right? तीसरा पड़ाव है critical versus important. Okay, Shweta, ठीक है. Critical versus important. Now should I ask you certain things? How many of you think, so I'm asking you the participants in the room now, मैं आप लोग से पूछ रहा हूँ. How many of you think you need to address critical first or important first? Or I'm asking you all in the room, right? Can you put in the chat box? How many of you think which is more important to be addressed? Critical or things which are important to be addressed? And why? Okay. Sukanya says important. Okay. Sukanya knows why she said important. Okay. ठीक है. Critical. Okay. Which needs to be addressed first? Important thing needs to be addressed first, or critical things needs to be addressed first? Critical. Okay. It should not come in urgent. Critical becomes is urgent. Okay. 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 ठीक है. Yes, Sukanya, tell me.
Yes, here I want to give one example also. Somehow, like we know mostly we know about the time matrix, right? Where there is 4 quadrant in the time matrix: urgent, important, not urgent, but important. Right? There are 4 quadrants. So here it is coming that critical and the important. So these are coming in. I mean, important is coming in the second quadrant. So if we don't work on that important part, at least step by step, at least it is not कि आज ही हमें करना है, but we should have a timeline and we should have the plan कि कब से हमें start करना है, and we have to start. Otherwise, it will come to the first quadrant. That is the urgent and important. Then that is the critical thing. So it's also in our life also for everything that we should be follow. That is the thing.
Okay. So that's Sukanya's version. Okay, thank you, Sukanya. Anybody else who said critical? Okay, whom should I ask? Ramesh ji, critically important. So Ramesh ji has added both the versions.
No, there could be something critical which I could delegate, not do it myself, and I could I could postpone, because if I have three critical things, it'll become what is urgent within the critical things also.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. So I'll just give you a small example. Right? That's what we do the parents. Huh? See, this is why this is all we are trying to demolish their preconceived notions. Yeah, Huda?
I
Yeah,
feel
Huda.
we should focus on the important thing, because once we will indulge into a critical, it might they get annoyed, or they will not able to listen what we want to explain to them.
Okay, great. Chili, I will tell you with a small example, right? For example, so your spouse, you're dealing with your spouse. Your spouse, no, बिजली का बिल आ गया है घर में, right? Electricity bill has been generated. Your spouse has asked you to, pay the electricity bill. Day one हो गया, right? So normally हमारी आदत क्या होती है चीजों को postpone करना, right? तो आपके spouse has given you the electricity bill. You took the electricity bill and you said, okay, I will go to the office. While going to the office, I'll go to the electricity, I'll pay the bill. ठीक है? तो day 2 has happened or day 10 has happened. Your spouse again reminded you कि अरे बिजली का बिल आया था, right? Have you paid the bill? You said, अरे I was very busy all these days. I'll pay it. Day 20 has arrived. Still the spouse reminded you. Now day 30 has arrived. Now what has happened? Important thing was there to pay the bill. Now it has become critical. So important thing became critical at that point of time. So your spouse called you very angrily कि what happened to the bill? क्या हो गया इस बिल का? तो आपने क्या बताया? अरे भर दूंगा. अरे the electricity department has come to cut the electricity of the house. Important thing has now become critical. Now you understood what is important now, right? Sometimes what happens, parents keep things on the back burner, right? For example, development of the child, right? Overall brain development, yeah, working on life skills. They think that is not critical. That is, that is important, but not critical. But when the important things will become critical, they won't understand. So this is a very tricky question. You will be asking this in the parenting seminar. Right? It's a very interesting, conversation what you have with the parents. So they also connect. Okay, yes. So this all belief systems you are trying to, can say work on the belief system of the parents. So start working on the kids right now. This program is something is important right now. It might not be critical for you. Start working on the kids right now. You don't know when it will become critical, right? So this is something. These 4 parameters are very, very powerful. It will always give results, right? Do immediately, yeah. Do immediately, important but not critical, schedule and plan. Absolutely. Okay. So critical versus important, this one parameter. We'll go in depth into this when they get to the presentation, right? Now analysis leads to paralysis. So this is also something I'm not going much into this part, right? We have a short of time. Then we tell them about the enlightening minds part. Enlightening minds, now coming to the program, right? Enlightening minds program, which is for kids 7 to 14 years. Now this program has 4 phases. First is mapping the innate potential. Second is developing the potential. Most of you know about this. Way forward and reinforce new learnings. So first is psychometric analysis. So what we do phase 1 mein, when the parent enrolls the children for this program, we tell them about the psychometric analysis. So psychometric analysis is based on Howard Gardner's multiple intelligence theory. Howard Gardner was a renowned psychologist from America, Harvard University, and he proposed and he has developed this theory of multiple intelligence theory, which is the basis of psychometric analysis report. So we'd give a series of questionnaires to parents for the kids. They fill the questionnaire, they get generated, report is generated, and then basis their report, we get to know the entire personality of the child, blueprint of the child, right? The strength and weaknesses, SWOT analysis, right? And then we discuss with parents, and then we develop that journey in this program as per the report. So ये पहला पड़ाव. This first step. Phase 2 is developing the potential. This program is based on 4 pillars: yogic sciences, neuroscience, neuro-linguistic programming, creative visualization. Right. So there are a lot of activities what we do with the kids. I will tell you in time to come, where we keep on developing the potential for the next 12 to 15 months. Now, how we develop the potential? So we develop the potential through, this is something what we have added. See the participants, what you can do in case you think you want to put your own creativity, you can do that. This has worked also well for us, right? What we have added this layers. So try to understand this. I hope, how many of you know about Panch Koshas? Please put in the chat box. So we incorporate. So see, this is nothing related to any kind of beliefs or any kind of religion, right? This is based on, you can say, so we have kept it very religion neutral. So there's nothing called, obviously, because the participants or your parents will come from certain beliefs, right? So this is nothing related to any kind of, you can say, religion or any kind of religious beliefs. So nothing is there in this book. It's totally religion neutral. This is a very important part where I'm going to address this part. So don't take it otherwise. Sometimes parents will not be comfortable, right? That's the reason. Something like chakras. Okay. So Panch Koshas is basically like a layer of onions. So as a human being, we have five different layers or five different sheets. And these sheets are basically taking us to the next level of, can say, development, right? So there are four layers of body, right? Of our existing, you can say. So first is Annamaya Kosha, then Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha, and Anandamaya Kosha. So all this, through at various activities, we develop all these areas for the children. First is Annamaya Kosha means your physical body, right? Your diet, your health, your energy, your total physical existence, physical body पे हम लोग work करते हैं. Second is pranamaya kosha. Through various activities we work on the energy body, channelizing their energies better. Third is manomaya kosha, emotional state, where we develop the children's emotional well-being state. Fourth is vijnanamaya kosha, their wisdom body, right? That there you can say critical thinking, right? That right or wrong, moral values, lot many more things, right? The wisdom body, right? Intellect and all these things. And the fifth layer is Anandamaya Kosha, happiness quotient. EQ, happiness quotient, right? Which is, or you can say mindfulness. So all these areas we develop through this program. Now, what are the activities? So what we have did, we have categorized various activities for various koshas, right? I'll tell you also in time to come. For example, Annamaya Kosha. In Annamaya Kosha, these all activities we cover. Sattvic lifestyle, home gardening. You can change that. We will give you a separate slide for that, right? Then salad, water therapy, family fitness, dance therapy. It can be many more areas what we cover in Annamaya Kosha, right? Basically, it's all about diet, you can say. Second is Pranamaya Kosha. So here we cover color therapy, yoga, music therapy, chakra meditation, art therapy, right? So all these activities we try to do. I will give you separate activities. Now, these activities will not be taught in this particular course. I'll tell you what we are going to teach. So as a trainer, when you do the train the trainer course, you will be in a position to also train certain things or outsource certain things, right? Then next is Manomaya Kosha. Manomaya Kosha means some gratitude sessions, some problem solving sessions, some NLP sessions, which we're going to teach you, journaling sessions, right? So these are certain classroom activities which will be covering or developing this Manomaya Kosha, right? Mental growth. Vijnanamaya Kosha mein debates and stories, communication skills, in case you want to do some STEM based activities, memory bootcamp, money management. So also, so sari activities hai which will cover all this koshas. The next is Anandamaya Kosha, right? We do laughter therapy, visualization, storytelling based on Panchatantra, happiness meditation. I'm sure these all activities as a trainer you'll be able to do, right? You can take any topic, conduct a classroom session. So these are all the five koshas which we cover, which makes the program much more appealing. If you want, you can eliminate or you can, you cannot cover this aspect and consider a plain session also, right? This we have added to bring more color to this particular program. Now, there's something called foundation workshop practice. So when the kids are enrolled initially in the first 2 days, we'll be rigorously training the kids and daily basis the kids will be training on this part. This is called foundation workshop, right? So all these things you will be also learning and you'll be training the kids also and they will be practicing separately at home as well. Brain gym exercises, right? Yeah, on 21st June we'll be teaching you this part, brain gym exercises, right? Where how to channel, how to synchronize the left and right brain hemispheres. Next is super brain yoga, right? How to do super brain yoga? What is the correct way to super brain? Looking at east. Now you have to breathe in, breathe out, right? How to do that? What is the science behind super brain yoga? You will learn. Next is various NLP techniques, which Mr. Prasad will cover. He's an NLP coach to help kids. There's separate NLP activities. Water therapy, how to do it, whether the sequential step to do water therapy, how to manifest, how to charge water and manifest through water. Speed reading techniques, we have a separate recorded sessions for speed reading. Music therapy, you'll be actually practicing music therapy by going into alpha state, right? Though it will work on you or not, it is a different thing altogether. Now, Next is yoga techniques, some pranayam techniques also will teach. Eye gym exercises, series of eye gym exercises, law of attraction, how to teach them. Then family health and fitness. So whenever we have say classroom sessions, you can invite parents in that session as well. Then parent orientation program, right? Parent orientation program matlab regular series of parenting coaching. So we have a separate parenting coaching module also where you will be engaging with parents. So we'll go in depth into parenting coaching also. So when you do the counseling part, so we'll get this PPT for ourselves. Yeah, PPT will get. Don't worry. This all PPT will be given to you. Okay? You can put your logo and run this PPT. Right? This PPT designed for you only. So parenting orientation session. The first parenting orientation session happens. You can say when do we do the counseling part, राइट तो जब आप काउंसलिंग करते हैं तभी एक ऑब्वियसली एक हम लोग प्रेजेंटेशन करते हैं यानी काउंसलिंग वी डू विद द पेरेंट्स एंड देन विद द पेरेंट्स वी सेट द एक्सपेक्टेशंस. We also have a set series of questionnaires given to parents. What are the outcomes? What are the challenges faced by the child? Does he have any medical issue? Right? So, are you willing to work alongside with the program? So, a lot of series of questionnaires are given, and then we sit with the parent. The first parenting orientation program. After the series of parenting coaching sessions, we keep on sitting with the parents on bi-monthly, quarterly basis to see the progress of the program as well. ठीक है? Now, आगे बढ़ते हैं. You can say we have also the LMS also will be given to you to use. ठीक है? Then way forward will be, as I told you, parenting coaching sessions and reinforcing of new learning also is there. Yani ki we also give a series of practice kits for the kids where every day they will be practicing, and there is also a tracking sheet. For example, for June there is a 30-day tracking sheet. So every day, once the child has done his daily practice session, he will tick and send to you. That level of dedication the parents also have to the parents also have to give. Okay. So now, Lekha, I will answer your question after this PPT. So counseling session. So one session with the counseling, you will modify this. This was actually devised some 2-3 years back. Parenting onboard session follow. So basically, you have a counseling session, one counselor session with a counselor. You can also do a you can say a follow-up counseling session also after 6 months to see whether any progress has happened. Right? People who have not gone through the psychometric certification, you will understand about what is multiple intelligence at least, right? Then parenting onboarding session, right? One session with the parent initially, and then multiple session with the parents as parenting coach. Follow-up session with parents, right? So mentors usually following up with the parents on regular basis. Live Zoom sessions. So in the entire 12-month sequence, every month we'll have 2 Sundays normally. How we do trainings. You want to do 4 Sundays training, you can do. It's up to you, right? So you're totally independent how to structure this entire module. I will tell you what we follow, right? When we meet on June 21st. So bi-monthly, right? Then activities other than this, right? So we have daily practice sessions plus every month we give them 10 to 15 fun activities. So fun activities kya honge? For example, we are talking about improving the naturalistic skills. So I will ask the kids to go out and feed the cow. Take a small photograph, feed the crows, or keep some bowl of water for the crow. It itself is a big thing. We are teaching some kind of you can say you can say kindness towards animals. We ask them to do some social service activities, some kind of fun activities or creative based activities which ask them to complete. This also become part of the activities or monthly based activities separately apart from the program that they do, right? Foundation practices done by the child separately. Everything will be given to you, Sukanya. Once the LMS is ready, most of you have got the LMS, so everything will be given to you. Don't worry, everything more than what I'm talking here right now. Okay. Then monthly tracking sheet, you have to track whether the child is on track, whether he has filled the tracking sheet, daily he's practicing or not. ये service आपको देना पड़ेगा. If you're charging 35, 40, 50,000 to the parents. And then we have done something called gamification. If the child is very obedient and he's doing diligently all the activities, parents are also involved, you can do the entire gamification. I will tell you at the end of the entire program in the end of the July. We'll tell you how we do the tracking of the entire gamification. So also AI also is involved in this. Isn't amazing, right? To track the entire progress of the child, and you will come to know okay, where the child outcome has reached. At least we'll give some kind of tangible benefits to the child. Okay? So this is just a Okay, so I'm not telling you revealing the price part. This particular PPT will be modified and given to you as well, because you will be practicing on this also. Okay, so this is just an overview of the parenting presentation PPT. Now, revolving around this, you have to understand train the trainer and parenting coaching and the kids training, right? So you will be doing this parenting presentation in front of one-on-one parent or one to many to get the child enrolled and then train the kids and run the business model. So I'm just giving a small glimpse of this. So I hope there is no any questions are there. I think Lekha asked me one question. Uh, is it special child? No, right? In case the child is mildly dyslexic, I'm talking about mildly dyslexic, mildly ADHD, slow learner. Okay, that's okay. But it's up, but they need to also continue with their occupational therapy, whatever they're following. This can be added advantage for them. Okay, you can't take a highly dyslexic or autistic child is strict no. We can't help the child, right? If a slow learner or mildly dyslexic is fine. This program will be a added precursor for the child, but they need to continue with their doctor support, their that doctors, their occupational therapists, they need to continue with that as well. I hope this is clear. Any other questions you have before I hand over the mic to Mr. Imran? फन एक्टिविटीज तो आई टोल्ड यू ना, फन एक्टिविटीज क्या होता है, जैसे कि दे फॉर एग्जांपल दे हैव टू कल्टीवेट समथिंग इन देयर होम ना, एक फॉर एग्जांपल दे हैव कल्टीवेटेड स्मॉल प्लांट इन देयर होम, विल टीच देम सम सॉर्ट ऑफ, फॉर एग्जांपल आपने कुछ सिखा दिया उनको सम सॉर्ट ऑफ गार्डनिंग एक्टिविटी एंड दे आर कल्टीवेटिंग सम, दे कलेक्टेड सम प्लांट लीव्स, दे हैव डन सम गार्डनिंग, दे कलेक्टेड सम फोटोज, दैट्स समथिंग इज फन एक्टिविटी, राइट? दे आर एक्चुअली they are involving themselves with nature, right? So it can be anything. They have created a small video of the of the rains of or flowers, anything it can be, so that we are exploring their creativity also. They have created some drawing, mandala kiya create kar diya unhone, anything it can be, right? Many parents don't know the child is ADHD, right? So that we can't comment on that, na? Yeah, you are right, Sukanya ji. Experiential
For
learning.
that case, actually, why I'm asking that, because in that case, if maybe the child have the ADHD problem, and
Yeah, sometimes
also
what
don't.
happened na, in your sessions, yeah, it's a good question, Sukanya ji. So sometimes what happened in our classroom session, when I was to take, when in our batch there were around 60 kids, right? And we 60 kids का भी कैसे handle करना है वो भी बताएंगे, अकेला आप नहीं कर पाओगे. So you need to have volunteers also in the classroom. So there was always in some class na, there was always one child who was hyperactive. Hyperactive child,
Right.
ठीक है? And he used to just वो उधम मचाता था पूरे classroom में. He used to just roll around, disturb other kids also, ना, hamper other kids' energies also. How to also take him to the group? So we'll teach you in the June 21st classroom. Yeah, you don't know. So that
And
we can't.
for online sessions, that online session.
Online session mein, we don't have much distraction. No, the kids, the online sessions, kids enjoy a lot. I've seen kids engaging more in online sessions, in our online sessions. I think so. So some of the leaders have already taken some sessions. I think so. We have any leader who has taken some. Vidya has taken some classroom session. Vidya, yeah, Vidya, you were there, na, last session.
Yeah,
Vidya
I
was.
was there. I was there.
हाँ,
I had taken public speaking.
So Vidya had conducted for one of her batch of Enlightened Minds online session, and she had done a wonder. Kids loved her session, and the kids also were equally, very participative. Yeah, yeah, Preeti.
I have also taken a batch online for children, no?
Preeti also taken, na?
But not for Guru schools.
Acha, okay. Preeti, I asked Preeti whether she can take one session. So
Not for Guru schools, but
any leaders who want to volunteer for our Enlightening Mind session, please come, right? Please nominate yourself. And I think Ratnatiba has taken one session of storytelling. They love the session also, right? So and बच्चे, see, the kids want to express themselves. You have to keep it very participative when you train the kids. बच्चों को लगता है कि यार मुझे और बताना, मुझे और कहानियां बतानी है अपनी. I want to tell my own story. They enjoy that part. So you need to have that kind of energy level when you treat the kids. Yeah. Any question? Sorry, I missed some chat box. Yeah, Charu, experiential learning है. Parents of kids, that's the reason this program becomes very, very powerful. Any questions before we take a break of 5 minutes and then we any questions? I'll take another 10 seconds. You can unmute and ask. ठीक है, चलिए. Now what's the time? Is we'll take a break of 5 minutes and then we'll come back. The session might go for till 10:30, right? So yeah, please be prepared. So snacks लेके आकर रख सकते हैं. सो थैंक यू वेरी मच. ये प्रेजेंटेशन दिखाना मेरे लिए बहुत जरूरी था, बिकॉज दिस द क्रक्स ऑफ द एंटायर enlightening mind train the trainer. So you'll connect more with Imran ji, so you'll be able to conduct sessions on gratitude for kids with more energy, with with the energy of the kids I'm talking about. I'm sure you are great trainers, but gratitude sessions or any sessions which you want to create as per different koshas, foundation practice definitely we'll practice separately. ठीक है, चलिए, thank you very much. We'll take a break of don't log out. We'll take a break of 5 minutes and come back. चलिए, thank you very much.
जी
Okay, hi, good evening, everyone. I hope you all are back from the short break.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Nisha ji. Great. So, as usual, I hope I am visible and audible as well. If I am audible and visible, please type yes in the chat box. Thank you. Super. Thank you. Great. So, once again, good evening and welcome to Enlightened Coach Train the Trainer program day 2. Right? So obviously the program the day 2 has already started. Abhilash ji ने आपको एक glimpse दिया कि कैसे we conduct that enlightening mind kind of a introductory session in front of parent. और काफी सारी activities which we conduct for students, वो सारी चीजें आपको अभिलाष जी ने बताई. You don't have to worry. All the activities and everything our team will going to train you. सारी चीजें आपको सिखाई जाएगी in every session. So you will be in a position to train the kids in the time to come, and also train parents in the time to come when you conduct this program. Right? Great. Now we are here to talk about, because my module is not about about how you're going to train kids or what you're going to train kids. I am here to conduct this true thing, which is I want to develop your personal and professional kind of a journey, the transformation which I have to build in you as a trainer. Right? So my job here in this program is to develop your personal and professional transformation. That's very, very important, because when you are transformed, when you are inspired, when you are motivated, definitely as a trainer you will be in a position to transform and empower and motivate others in the time to come. It can be a parent, it can be children, or whatever kind of an audience you must be having. Right? Great. So already Abhilash ji ने तो recap कर लिया है. ऑलरेडी चारू जी ने, शम्स जी ने, भव्य जी ने और निर्मल जी ने बता दिया कि व्हाट यू हैव लर्न इन द फर्स्ट सेशन. बट माय ask will be, I hope you all have purchased the book which I recommended you, Die Empty, because that's very, very important. I hope you at least ordered that book, or you must have gone outside in the bookstore and had a search for that book. It's a very kind of a book जो आपको easily मिल जाएगी. But at least you should have मतलब आपने एक action लिया होगा. I would have मैं ये मान के चलता हूँ. Yeah, चारू
Yes,
जी.
ordered.
ऑर्डर. ओके, ग्रेट, ऑसम. सो ऑर्डर किया है तो आपको मिल जाएगी. अगर किसी ने जाकर पर्सनली यू हैव विजिटेड द स्टोर, मस्ट हैव got that particular book and you have already started reading that.
By tomorrow.
Okay, Preeti ji is asking, please give the name of the book again. The book name is, Nisha, what is the name of the book is?
Die Empty by Todd Henry.
Die Empty by Todd Henry, Preeti ji. So Die Empty. So Shamsi had beautifully explained that Die Empty is about giving back to the society whatever you have, the knowledge, the wisdom you gain in this particular world. So you have to give back to society. And first of all, before giving back to society, you don't have to procrastinate things. Most of the time what we do, we have a lot of things, a lot of music inside, but kahin na kahin hum sochte hain ki aaj we are not perfect, we're going to do it tomorrow. We wait for the perfect time, the perfect moment, the perfect day, the perfect week or perfect date to take action, right? But the belief of Die Empty is all about, you don't have to procrastinate thing, you just have to take action. If you're already 75%, go act on it. In the journey you will going to improve yourself, you will become 80%, you will become 90, and you will become 100. So don't wait for the right time. So whatever you have, just go back and give it back to society. Start, for example, whatever you have learned in the first session, start explaining or start sharing that particular thing. What is DIKW? You can teach that to your kids at home. You can teach that to your neighbors. You can teach that particular thing to people who you meet in a day or two. तो जाकर सिखाइए, बताइए, उसके बारे में बात करिए. I have learned a beautiful concept called wisdom manufacturing process, and there are 4 steps: data, information, knowledge, wisdom. And definitely people who are serious about their life, who really want to develop or manufacture wisdom, आपके बातों को सुनेंगे और उसके ऊपर काम करना स्टार्ट कर देंगे. That means you have bring that transformation in that particular person's life. Isn't that amazing? So the first thing, you have to act on it. Whatever you learn, you have to act on it. You don't have to procrastinate, because procrastination is the biggest disease. बहुत बड़ा एक डिजीज है प्रोकास्टिनेशन. और वो कहीं ना कहीं बहुत लोगों के सपनों को, गोल्स को, ड्रीम्स को खा जाता है. प्रोकास्टिनेशन, जो करेंगे कल से करेंगे. Yeah. So don't do that. Procrastination ko kill karna hai, and you have to do it, whatever you are ready with, start with it. In the journey you're going to improve. Right? Great. Awesome. So we are here about, bringing the personal and professional transformation in you as a trainer. That's very, very important, right? So first thing, as early as possible in this journey, in this program itself, start reading this book. And as I've already told you in the first session, I never recommend book because it's your personal choice. Because मैं ये मानता हूँ as a trainer, as a speaker, कि मेरा book का जो choice है वो मेरे लिए है. It's my interest, right? But आपके book का choice आपसे better कोई नहीं जानता. If I recommended you a book, एक जो मेरा personal favorite book है, See You at the Top by Zig Ziglar. Let me tell you, people who are not a good reader, will See You at the Top by Zig Ziglar will be very difficult book for you. अगर आप book नहीं पढ़ते and you just go and pick up that book, See You at the Top by Zig Ziglar, that book becomes very difficult for you. आप बोलोगे यार book पढ़ना इतना difficult होता है. That's the reason I never recommend books to people. But this book, because as a trainer, as a counselor, the coach, Die Empty is must read book. अगर आप book नहीं भी पढ़ते, तो I would say this should be your first book to start reading. Right? Great. So my second activity which I have given you to do your SWOT analysis, because today's session will be a connected session with that. That's the reason we always request you to recommend you, okay, please do the activity before you come to the next session. That's very, very important, because आज जो मैं आपके साथ में connect करने जाने वाला हूँ, that is very much connected with your SWOT analysis, which you must have done in the session in between the first and the second session. That's very, very important. जिन्होंने किया है, it will be very easy for you. It's okay, Vinuji, but the most important thing is whatever you are hearing, start putting into information so that you can revisit that particular information of the session and you can start applying whatever you have learned in the session. SWOT analysis, that would be amazing, great. That will going to help you in this session also. If you have not done the SWOT analysis, so please do that before the third session. That's very, very important, right? Great. So let's get started.
I'm not able to hear.
Obviously, let me tell you, that's the reason in the beginning itself, in the first session, I told you all, it's not a training program, because you all are experienced people, already a trainer, counselor, or coach, right? So this is a learning session. Okay. I hope I'm audible. Am I audible to everyone? Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Let me share the screen again. Okay, so I was saying, in this journey, in this module, first as a trainer, as I was saying, in the first session itself, I've told you that this is not a training program because you all are experienced professional, you all are trainer, coaches, counselors, right? So it's not about, training you, it's about learning. So whatever I have implemented in my life as a trainer, so that's the reason, that all wisdom or that all learning, which I have implemented and I got the result I'm sharing with you all, right? Great. So let's get started with today's session and the learning of today's session, which will going to help you personally and professionally as well as a trainer, as a coach, right? So the first thing which we need to discover in today's session is to be clear about your why. So today we're going to talk about your why. Today we're going to discover your why. That's very, very important, because why you want to becoming a parenting coach, why you want to be a trainer, why you want to help kids, why you want to help a parent, yeah, that why should be clear. You know, the why, the answer of that why should be clear. There's a beautiful saying, when your why is clear, how appears. Do you agree on this? Do you agree on this? Yeah, if you agree on this, please type yes in the chat box. This is a beautiful saying, na? As a trainer, you must have heard this. You know, when your why is clear, how appears, right? So, how to inspire or motivate your participants in the time to come? So, because your why, your purpose should be there, so that you will be in a position to identify ways to do that, to ways to transform or motivate your participants in the time to come will come in picture, right? So, be clear about your why. So, everything in life, everything आप दुनिया में आए, there is some purpose behind it, right? So the creator who have created, obviously whenever you create a program as a trainer, so we'll talk about our example. When we create a program, there is some research behind it, right? और हम वो program को जब बनाते हैं, we want that that program should bring some kind of a transformation in people's life, right? Yeah, exactly. Ikigai. You must have read that book. You know that concept. So ikigai is a very beautiful thing, right? In a Japanese term, ikigai means you should know what you are meant for. You know, your purpose, your passion should be clear. So I was talking about the example why you create a program. Why you create a program, there is a reason behind it, right? So you are very concerned about that program because you have created with your whole emotions and heart and everything, and you want that you should deliver that program in people's in front of your participants, your target audience, so that they get the result out of that program. So you are a creator of that program, so you have a belief in your program, right? And you created that program because you have a track record, or you must have done some kind of a research for that program, and or maybe you must have got some result for yourself with the help of that kind of a concept or things like that. So you created that so that you got the result, you got the transformation, so people will in a position to get the transformation, right? So you are the creator of the program and you have a belief in that program. Same way God has created, the Almighty has created us, right? So we are the creation of a great creator. So obviously everything in life has a purpose. हमारा इस kind of a program में भी आना is like there is a reason behind it. Everything is it's a defaultly accidentally नहीं होता. It's a purpose behind it. Means you are meant to train kids because maybe God has seen some kind of a thing in you, so that you will be in a position to train kids. You can bring the transformation in youth in the time to come, and you can also help parents in that journey. So you are here for a reason. So everything in life is because of a reason, right? Agar reason nahi ho na, so let me share with you some example, because I belong to Mumbai, I reside in Mumbai. कितने लोग यहाँ पे मुंबई से है? You will be agreeing with this example. You must have seen or you must have visited to Mumbai, तो आपने कभी ना कभी ये देखा होगा. If people who are not clear about their why, they are not clear about what they are living up to, लाइफ कैसे बन जाती है पता है? आपने अगर मुंबई में लोकल स्टेशन देखा होगा ना, दिस इज अ सीएसटी स्टेशन का एक एग्जाम्पल. This kind of a crowd, this kind of a people, they every day they go through this kind of a stuff. Have you seen this in Mumbai? Anyone? Yeah? Anyone? आप शेयर करना चाहेंगे आपका एक्सपीरियंस? आपने कभी अनुभव किया है इसका?
Yes.
Okay, Ramesh ji raised the hand. Yes, Ramesh ji, you want to share something? Then Charu ji after. Ramesh. Yeah, Ramesh ji.
Yes, I've been to Mumbai. I'm basically staying at Chennai. Even sometimes Chennai trains are like this only, but not as compared to Mumbai. People are coming and going. I mean, just living their routine. Somebody, you could say from Mumbai, they come from Pune also, sometimes on a day-to-day journey. I have seen this from Calcutta to this thing also. Dhanbad, where they travel every day, morning 1.5 hours and night 1.5 hours, they all travel. And their life, sometimes I've always lived closer to my workplace, both in India and abroad.
Oh, that's great. You're lucky.
Only to so that I get my personal time. When I was in Kenya, I recall I stayed with the locals there. In a structure of apartments, I stayed with the locals. It helped me two things. Got me a lot of friends, and my office was 5 minutes away. If I'd have stayed where the Indians would have stayed, generally that area, it takes about 1.5 hours only to travel on road, by road, on car every day.
With Mumbaikars, it happens every day. 1.5 is it's normal for the crowd, for the people here.
No, and Mumbai, there is no specific time like office going and office coming time. Every time is full time is like this only.
Yes, while traveling, there is always like in time, but there is no out time in Mumbai. Great. Thank you so much for your sharing, Ramesh. Yeah, Charuji, you want to share something?
Yes, I was about to say the same thing, that I've seen the similar thing. That's my first impression of Calcutta.
Okay.
Calcutta was like that. Mumbai, Chennai a little less, but yes, Chennai too. But Mumbai and Calcutta, I've seen the similar, absolutely same picture. And you're dazed. A person who's just landing on a station is dazed to see what is going on.
Absolutely. Thank
So
you so
it's
much for
total
sharing.
confusion. Total confusion.
Total confusion because they are not clear where they are going. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Nirmalji, you want to share something?
Yes, sir. So the most beautiful part is Mumbai is not for persons those who are not focused and they don't have a clear goal. Because every month from for 5 to 7 years I was there in Pune and Nasik, and I happened to visit Mumbai once in a month for a monthly meeting. Suppose if you are in a crowd and you are not focused, or you are not that strong, or you are not taking very fast steps, you will be diverted. Suppose if you want to go to left, the crowd will push you towards right also. So whenever you are having a clear focus and direction in your life, so it will be easy for you. हम जैसे मजाक में ऐसे बोलते थे मुंबई में, अगर आपको कहीं जाना है ना, आपको कुछ नहीं करना है, चलना नहीं है, आप वहां पे खड़े हो जाइए, आपको लोग धक्का देके आगे लेके चले जाएंगे. Sir, am I audible?
Absolutely. So yeah, rightly said.
आप थोड़े से भी
Yes,
डिस्ट्रैक्ट
you're
हुए तो
audible.
yes,
Am I audible to you?
yes, now you are audible. आप अगर एक आधा मिनट भी डिस्ट्रैक्ट हो गए तो आपको जहां पे उतरना होगा नेक्स्ट स्टेशन में ही उतरेंगे आप.
Yeah, most of the thing, जो बाहर से आते हैं उनके साथ यही होता है. They just stand at a particular point और लोग उनको चढ़ा देते हैं और लोग ही उनको उतार देते हैं. So this happens. It's not like that, people are not clear. But कहीं ना कहीं most of the people, they are just traveling like this from years and years. Decade हो गया वो इसी तरह से travel कर रहे हैं, same time, same coach, same kind of a people they are meeting every day and they are happy with their life, right? Because they're not clear. उनको लाइफ का और बहुत बड़ा maybe that's the reason it's called life purpose. लाइफ में दो बहुत ही हैपनिंग चीज होती है व्हेन यू बॉर्न एंड व्हेन यू आइडेंटिफाई योर पर्पस. दैट्स अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग, राइट? सो this is a small, I've just got this video on WhatsApp, so I just want to share that, show you this video. Let me play this video. This happens every day, Dadar station in Mumbai, or any station you can say. Most of the jam-packed station is like this. People are just going and the people are coming out of the train. This is the situation. It's a real struggle, right? So obviously your life is not for this, right? Your life is not meant for this kind of a struggle, obviously. So that's the reason, you need to why I'm trying to show you this, Mumbai ka example, the local ka example. Obviously we all travel in that local every day or in a week time. I am not afraid to travel in that, but you should have a purpose. You should know where you're traveling. Same way as a trainer, as a coach, there are a lot of trainers, and especially when I share the pre and post COVID ka era, the situation post COVID, people who know how to speak, they become trainers. They are into this education sector. They started the training program, they started conducting sessions, then they become YouTubers and started teaching. So obviously the training industry also have this kind of a bheel, the crowd. But what will make you different from that crowd is your purpose, your why. because you are not here for the money. You are not in this particular industry to gain that stardom or something like that. You are here for a reason. So that reason should be, you should be aware about that reason. You should be knowing that reason. You should be know about your why. That's very, very important, my dear friends. That's the reason I'm sharing this example. Most of the people who are traveling in Mumbai trains, it's like they also have some purpose, but कहीं ना कहीं वो purpose तो why को कहीं ना कहीं अंदर दबा दिया. Some people are really living up to that purpose also. They are struggling but still delivering their purpose. So I am very happy with Kolkata ho, wo Chennai ho ya Mumbai ho. But yes, the most important part is you should know your why, you should know your purpose, because everything in life has a purpose. So now, you must be knowing example Gandhiji. Gandhiji was living a very beautiful life, or he was a barrister. बहुत बड़े बड़े केसेस वो साउथ अफ्रीका में रन कर रहे थे, बड़े बड़े क्लाइंट्स को हैंडल कर रहे थे. यू मस्ट बी अवेयर अबाउट द स्टोरी, राइट? सुना है आपने ना सबने? मुझे वो स्टोरी शेयर करने की जरूरत नहीं है. आई ऑल्सो हैव अ वीडियो. समटाइम आई प्ले दैट वीडियो. यू मस्ट हैव सीन दैट वीडियो. आई डोंट नो, जहां पर वो ट्रैवल कर रहे थे. there's a movie of Gandhi ji. So वो ट्रैवल during that traveling time, the TC asked him, ये कोच में आप क्यों हो? Because you are a black man. So black men can't sit in the first class, right? So they throw out from that particular coach. है ना? After throwing him, because he had that ticket, the first class ticket, but still they've thrown Gandhi ji from the train, out of the train, right? Station पे फेंक दिया because he was black. And वो कहते हैं कि ब्लैक ट्रैवल नहीं कर सकते फर्स्ट क्लास में. एंड दैट डे that particular kick or that particular situation, gave Gandhi ji a transition, you would say, कि भाई I should be not doing this only, I have a big purpose. मुझे दुनिया में कुछ और के लिए भेजा गया है. And he got a purpose and he got that why, that अभी मैं अपने देश से इनको बाहर निकालूं. And he started that movement and everything, right? So sometimes वो kick की जरूरत पड़ती है. Sometimes you go deep inside yourself. That's the reason SWOT analysis is very important. You will be knowing yourself. और वो confusion, कभी कभी वो clarity, कभी कभी वो चीजें will help you to get your why. That's very, very important. Now,
one point I wanted to make.
Yeah.
I have been to that place where he was thrown out in Peter Marisburg station.
Okay.
There is a small plaque that is put there. And recently, when our Prime Minister went there, he opened a museum with the pictures of Gandhiji traveling in South Africa for his thing. Wonderful pictures.
Awesome.
There is nothing too elaborate or thing. There's just a small plaque like our, let us say, while addressing, we have a stand, right? Like that, there is a thing and there's a picture of Gandhi there and a small board saying this is the spot he was thrown out.
He was thrown out. And that spot gave him a kick, that spot
Gave him a
gave him
kick,
the why, the purpose, and that I'm not here in this world to be a barrister or just a lawyer. I have bigger purpose. I have a bigger thing to do. And he came back and left all that, the royal life, the first class thing and everything. And he gave back all that particular stuff to the society, to the world.
Great feeling to be there when we're part of his work and travels.
The second great feeling when you find your purpose. Yeah. So yes. So what we will going to do here is we will going to do our purpose life statement exercise. So in this particular segment, what we will going to do, we will going to identify our life purpose. So I have a tool, I exercise to do. So what we will do, we're going to do this exercise. We're going to help ourselves to identify our life purpose. So if you see the word PURPOSE, so PUR means pure, and POSE means your intention. So pure intention is required to have a purpose, right? So that's the reason, your purpose should be that. That will be a reason to wake up early in the morning. That will be the purpose to do that extra. If you are tired, still you want to do that one step extra. So that purpose will going to give you that, that energy, that, that a kick to do one step extra or 1 point extra in life, in your profession as well. So you should have that, that the purpose in life. So what is that purpose statement? So obviously you will say, if I am sharing or asking you to have a purpose, do I have a purpose or not? Why I wake up in the morning, why I conduct a session, why I go to schools and colleges, corporates, or do any kind of a training program? What is my purpose of life? The first thing I ask, why do I wake up early in the morning? Because I didn't die. That's the reason I wake up. No, I have a purpose. I didn't die, or I got one more day. That's the reason I'm waking up. No, I have a purpose. I say thanks to Almighty that I got one more day to live up to my purpose. So purpose give you that momentum. Purpose give you that motivation, that energy to do something extra. So my purpose, when I teach others, so first I share my purpose. So what is my purpose, life purpose? My life purpose is to use my energy and enthusiasm. So these are my strength. My energy and enthusiasms are my strength. Yeah. So you don't have to write this. This is my life purpose. You have to write your strength, right? I will going to share that activity with you. We're going to do that activity together. So this is my strength, my unique ability. Whenever I take feedback from my participants, whenever I do training programs with entrepreneurs, with leaders, with sales professionals, or students, so I always take feedback after the session. So I always in my feedback got these two words, maximum time. So your energy was good. You are very enthusiastic trainer and things like that. I don't know in this 2 day you're getting that kind of a thing or not, but I promise when I complete this particular module of mine, you will going to gain this. You will going to see that I always live up to my energy and enthusiasm, because this is my God gift thing, and I love doing that. So my purpose in life is to use my energy and enthusiasm, which is a unique ability and God gifted thing to me. Why? Just to do the entertainment, just to do. I can also do, go and do the stand-up comedy thing, because I have a good energy and enthusiasm. I can go and play football or cricket. But what is my purpose? I want to use my energy and enthusiasm to motivate people. So whenever I wake up, I meet a person, my first thing is to motivate. If the person is dry, underconfidence, or low confidence, or he is not inspired, so my first thing is to motivate them, to inspire them, transform them, and to empower them. So it can be a one person, it can be many. If I am in a training session, my first thing is to motivate them, to inspire them, to transform them, and to empower them. Why to do this? Why to do this? Why I use my energy and enthusiasm to motivate, inspire, transform, and empower people? So that they can live their life to the fullest. You must have heard many people, many people, they live their life, not to the fullest. 5 to 10% they live their life, that's the reason die empty. Why it's called die empty? Because many people, they just don't play their music and go away from this world. So 5%, just imagine how much of waste, 95 to 90 to 95% of waste of your potential, the powerful potential. Just imagine आपने कोई एक प्रोडक्ट क्रिएट किया है, या एक सर्विस को क्रिएट किया, एक प्रोग्राम को क्रिएट किया, and you're not delivering that program to 100%. You will feel, अरे आज मैंने अपना बेस्ट नहीं दिया. Same way, when God has created you and you are just using 5 and 10% of that particular potential, how upset the God will be, the Almighty will be. Yeah, we just use 5 and 10% and go away from this world. So enormous waste, right? So that's the reason my purpose is, so that I can motivate people, inspire people, transform people, empower people, so that at least from that 10% they can go to 12%, 13%, 15%, so they can live their life to the fullest. So this is my purpose statement, and I wake up early in the morning because of this, to live up to this. This is my kind of a thing which I consume every day in the morning to live a fulfilling life. So this is my purpose. So what is your purpose? I hope many of you must be having your purpose. If not, let's create one. If you already have a purpose, let's revisit that purpose. Let's make more appealing. Here you can see, if you have some quality, you are utilizing that quality to get some result in the market, in the world, in the outside world, right? So with your inner, you start with your inner, means with you, and you give it back to the society, right? So let's do this. You have seen my purpose. Now let's create your purpose with this exercise. So you can take a pen, paper. I already assume that you already have your pen and paper with you. So the first thing, you have to write it down right now. Here is, list 1 or 2 of your unique personal quality. It can be anything, any 1 or 2 personal quality, the way I wrote mine. My personal quality, I have given you that, my purpose, my personal unique personal quality is, energy and enthusiasm. So your can be different. You will be, let me give example, you will be very curious. Curiosity element will be very high in you. You must be very creative kind of a person. So creativity is very high in you. You must be a compassion person. You must be a very empathetic person. Empathy will be very high in you. You can be, very integrity wala, honest person. So that honesty will be your that unique quality. So it can be anything. Awesome. So you have your purpose. That's great, Ramesh. So yeah, let's create for everyone, so that we all are on the same page. We all are having our purpose and we know why we are living up to, right? So yeah, anything, your determination can be your unique quality, your resilience can be your unique quality, your calmness can be your unique. You are very humorous, your sense of humor is awesome. Few people have a good sense of humor, उनके पास खाली खड़े होकर 2 लाइन बात करे तो आपके चेहरे पे हंसी आ जाती है. So that is a very beautiful quality. किसी को हंसाना is a beautiful quality, you're very humorous. Your sense of humor can be your good quality. Your light-heartedness can be a good quality, a unique quality. So you have to write it down, your 1 or maximum 2 unique personal quality. That's the reason I was telling you to do your SWOT analysis. You know why? Because SWOT analysis, you just have to revisit your strength. So you will see your strength. All the strengths are your unique qualities. So so you must be taking feedback from your participants, your people, the people who know you, your near and dear ones must be giving you feedbacks, right? So they must be using some words. So you can see your strength and people what they say. You can connect with them, So yeah, honesty, empathy, and creativity can be your unique qualities or your strength. So you have to use 1 or maximum 2. Write down which is your number 1 and or maximum number 2 personal unique quality in you. Now, when you wrote down this 1 or 2 quality, I hope everyone has written down. Please do that. Obviously, in the class, ये तो हम अभी एक kind of a rough work कर रहे हैं, but you have to revisit so that you have a concrete purpose statement for yourself, for your personal and professional life. Done. So now let's go to the second statement. Now, list 1 or 2 maximum 4 ways. 1 or 2 or maximum 4 ways you're going to enjoy that particular quality, or you're going to express that particular quality in front of your crowd, in front of people. It can be anyone, paid audience or non-paid audience. It can be your people at home or anyone. So list 1 or 2 or maximum 4 ways you enjoy expressing those quality whenever you interact with people, whenever you interact with your participants, whenever you interact with your with your children. So my unique quality, how I express, why I express, because I want to motivate people, I want to inspire people, I want to transform them, and I want to empower them. So I have written 4 ways I do my channelize my energy and enthusiasm. So how you will going to do that? 1 way, 2 way, it can be absolutely fine, or maximum 4 ways you can express those qualities. You enjoy expressing those qualities. That's very important, because obviously it's not a task. You should be enjoying do that. That's the reason. When you find your purpose, you should have peace. Whenever you live up to your purpose, you should have a kind of a passion to do that. And passion ka definition you must be knowing. I hope you are aware about passion ka definition. My passion ka definition is when you are committed to something without guarantee of any return. So my passion ka definition is when you are committed to something without guarantee of any return. Means if I am conducting this session, so I'm not want a guarantee that I should be paid for this session. अगर मुझे मिला नहीं मिला, but I will give my best to this particular session. So you should be passionate about that. That's the passion. Agar if you have something back of your mind, मुझे क्या मिलेगा, what I will going to get, that's not your passion. So you will wait, you will going to work according to your schedule. But when you are passionate about something, you will be ready anytime. It can be early morning or late night. You will be ready because you are passionate about it. Sachin Tendulkar was very passionate about playing cricket. तो वो दिन भर cricket ही खेलते रहते थे. Virat Kohli is very passionate about cricket. Vaibhav Suryavanshi nowadays, a big name, very younger age. So he is very passionate about cricket. और 3-4 साल से खेलना चालू कर दिया था cricket. He is very passionate about cricket. So same way you should be passionate about your purpose. Yeah. It should not give you pain. अरे यार ये फिर से ट्रेनिंग करना पड़ेगा यार, कल तो किया था. So that is not your passion. That will not be your purpose. You're not going to enjoy that a long way. So I hope you have written one or two way. So let me give example how you're going to express those. If you have kind of a curiosity of creativity, so you enjoy expressing them to innovate or problem solving in front of people, or encourage exploration, or spark some kind of a new creativity in people, new idea in people, right? With the help of that curiosity or creativity. For example, if you are empathy or you are very compassionate, so you going to express that to support people, to heal people. If you are into healing business or something like that, connect deeply with people. You will help people foster their them understanding themselves better with the help of your services, with the help of your qualities which you have, right? So this way, you can write it down for yourself. If you're your sense of humor is very very good, so how you going to enjoy that? You enjoy expressing them to lighten the mood of people, reduce stress in people. You can take stress management ka session, and you can use that kind of the quality which is there in you. You can foster connection or bring perspective in people's mind. That this way you can deliver your two qualities, whichever the one or two quality which is there in you. Work is worship without expectation. Exactly, Charles. So where you are not waiting for any returns. That's because when you go for a worship, you are not, obviously we ask from God कि मुझे ये मिल जाए, I am here in front of you, so you should give me something. But when you have a pure intention, you just go and devote yourself in front of the Almighty. So obviously whatever you want, you will going to get it. Yeah, awesome. So Nisha ji have already written. Thank you so much. Great. So now I hope you have written how you're going to express those quality which is there in you. Now assume that you are satisfied. You are on cloud 9. Heaven se aap dekh rahe ho. The world is very perfect right now. You have given your best. Everything is perfect. The world look like what you want. Everyone is interacting very well, very happily. They are living their life to the fullest. So now you have to write in present tense how the world is and how the condition is. And I wrote in this way: everyone is living their life to the fullest, because I want to use my quality by expressing this way, and I want to see everyone is living their life to the fullest. When I'm for example, I assume that I'm in heaven. When I see from there, everyone is living their life to the fullest, because the activity, the deliverables, the trainings, the thing which I deliver to my participant, the people who have interacted with me, they all are living their life to the fullest, and they are also helping others to live their life to the fullest. So this is my way of expressing my personal qualities, by expressing in this way to get this result. You can see it started with you and end with the world, with your survey, with your service. To use my long experience of handling difficult situation of student. Exactly. So this is your experience can be your strength. Your experience, your knowledge of wisdom can be your the personal quality which makes you apart from the world. So you can use that. So how are you going to express those wisdom and that experience in front of people? You can help people with the wisdom, with the experience you have, and at the end of the day, what you want to see in the people, what you want to see the world will look like. So this is the outcome of your purpose statement. So lastly, what you have to do, you have to combine all these three, the personal quality, one, two, or maximum 4 way you're going to express that particular quality, and what you want to see in the world, the result, the outcome. So now you have to combine all these three. I hope you have written at least the rough part of this activity. Obviously you have to go in depth after this session. Sit with this exercise one more time, go deep dive into this, ask yourself, whatever I have written, is this my personal quality? Compare with your strength. If you have done a SWOT analysis, compare with your feedback you got from the world, from your participant, from your people, and then start writing how you're going to express that and what result you want from that, right? So for example, if you start expressing that so everyone in the curiosity and the compassionate, if you express the creativity you express, so everyone feels deeply connected and understood, supporting each other's growth. Everyone is supporting each other's in the growth, because you have supported them to grow. Now they are supporting and helping others to grow. Yeah. So if you are honest and you have a humanity, the quality, so everyone, the planet is thrive with humanity living in sustainable balance with nature, and everything according to you is happening in the world. So this can be the outcome. You assume that this is the way I got the result when I started and applying the purpose in the world. So how the purpose will look like? So this way, let's see. My purpose in life is to use my, you have to write it down like this, to this, and lastly, so that they can live their life to the fullest. So this is the framework. You can take the screenshot of this, please. You can take the screenshot of this, and you have to fill this thing. My purpose in life is to use your strength, your one or two quality. You have to write it down here. And how you're going to express that? 1, 2, or maximum 4 ways you're going to write here. So what result, the outcome you are assuming from the world, so that everyone is living their life to the fullest, you can write it here, right? So this way you will be in a position to get your life purpose. Yeah, Shweta ji.
Yeah, I agree with this, but there's also one thing that I think sometimes we miss, no? The what's in it for me parts. The purpose is, yes, to make sure that others are living their life to the fullest, but what does it actually give me? What, that is something which will give us even more enthusiasm, I believe, to make uh, you know, uh, our
Very right.
purpose.
Very rightly said. As a professional, obviously, when you have your purpose, the purpose should also, the first thing, the purpose should give you the peace of mind. You are not stressful. Now you enjoy what you're doing. So you are at peace. And the second very important thing, you are very passionate about your purpose. You are very passionate. And yes, as you rightly said, Shweta ji, the profit element should be also there. Means people are ready to pay you for that. People are paying you because you are helping them. So let me share my purpose. My purpose in life is to use my energy and enthusiasm to motivate people. Obviously, whenever I take a session, when I motivate them, I have been paid for that. So I am at peace. I enjoy doing that. This is my passion. I am also getting the profit out of it. I also know I'm very happy that I'm getting some outcome from my deliverables. So yes, exactly,
Yeah,
the
the
profit part
outcome
should be
also
also.
does not have to be always just money, no? So the outcomes for us could also be different elements.
That's the reason I use the word profit, not the money. Profit can be anything. Profit first can be money. Obviously, money should be there in your mind as a trainer, but profit can also be the outcome, the transformation in the participants. That's your profit, right? As a trainer, when people are transformed, they started living their life to the fullest. So will be the profitable trainer. Yeah? They will recommend me. They will give me good feedback. They will give me good review. So that is also a profit for me. Yeah, when they started living their life to the fullest, they obviously their lifestyle, their family lifestyle is going to improve. I will be the happiest person by saying that. So yeah, that's the reason I use the word profit, not money. So profit can be anything. Yeah. So that's the reason, I always believe when you have your purpose, people who are already living, like Ramesh ji already shared the purpose, and Nisha ji, we get. Yeah, let me share this. Which slide you want? This one? Yeah. You can take the screenshot of this slide. So yes, I was talking about, when you have your purpose and you are living your life on your purpose, so your conversation should shift. Your conversation should shift from you to who. Let me repeat, your conversation, your communication should shift from you, means mujhe kya milega, from you to who, unko kya milega, what outcome I can deliver to the people. Because the more problem you're going to solve, the more return you're going to get, right? If you're just focus about you yourself, obviously you're not focusing on the problem and you're not solving the problem. So obviously you are not living up to your purpose, right? So your conversation should shift from you to who. It's not about me anymore. When I'm living up to my purpose, it's not about me anymore. Agar mere ghar mein problem hai, my wife is ill, my children are not keeping well, but if I'm conducting a session, my purpose is to motivate people. My purpose is to inspire them. I can't share the sad story that my family is not keeping well, so I will be little bit low today. I will going to talk, very slow today. I will not be excited. I will not be using my energy and enthusiasm today. No, you are not paid for that, right? As an audience, you are here to get the transformation, and the transformation happens with the extraordinary conversation, right? So now it's not about me anymore. It's about who I can help and who I can serve. That's more important about purpose. मैं किसको मदद कर सकता हूँ? How can I help with my energy and enthusiasm? And how can I serve with training program, with one-on-one conversation, with my counseling session, with my training sessions, with my coaching session? It can be anything that can be a medium. But my purpose is to help people, to serve people. Yeah, I hope we are on the same page. So let me repeat one more thing. Finding purpose is very easy. Today you are going to identify your strengths, your unique ability, your unique strength, quality. But living your life purpose is life changing. So when you start living every day, every single day, it's life changing. So finding is very easy. Finding your life purpose, Gandhiji realized that okay, I have to bring that freedom. वो गोरों को निकाल कर फेंकना है. We should get freedom in our country. It was very easy to say that dialogue, but to do that movement, to do the activity, to bring that action, that implementation, it was very, very, very difficult, right? So yes, finding purpose is very easy, but living up to your purpose is very difficult. So that's the reason you should be passionate purpose. You should be you should be at peace, and obviously you should also focus on the profit part, so that all the three things, वो कहते हैं ना ikigai, ikigai says you should be also getting some outcome from that particular thing. That's the reason I always believe, and I have already shared that, Mark Twain ka quote. Mark Twain always says, about purpose. The two most important day in your life are the first day will be the day you are born, and the second day when you find your purpose. So few people find the purpose very early, few find them in their adulthood, few find them in their old age, or koi to without finding their purpose, they go out of this particular life, from this world, without playing the music. Yeah? So now, if you have identified the purpose today, or you're going to identify in the coming days, so shift your focus from you to who. Means who I will going to help. How will I going to solve the problem of people? The more problem you're going to solve, the more result, the more outcome you're going to get. That's the very, very important thing about purpose. And at the end, its purpose, when you start with who, it should end with why. Ask why. Why I'm living to my purpose? Is that the creator has created me? So do this, the creator, how the creator, the almighty help you, you're going to help the creators of the almighty, right? Un logo ko madad karenge. Definitely, it's the beautiful saying. When you help others, it's a Zig Ziglar saying. When you help others to achieve their goal, your goal gets achieved automatically. When you help others to achieve their goal, your goals get achieved automatically. So help others with your purpose. That's a very, very important thing, right? So I hope, yes, what you love, and you're not, expecting something in return is your passion. Obviously, you love, and you love doing that. That's the passion. Very beautifully written by Sukanya ji. Thank you. Yes. So I hope you have taken the screenshot. Now, this is the thing which you have to do, and you have to share this with our team. आपको Godwin के साथ में आपका purpose share करना है. The same format. This is the way I have given you on screen. You can take the screenshot, and you have to write it like this. My purpose in life is to use my dash, like the quality 1 or 2, to express how you want to enjoy expressing those quality in 1, 2, or 4 ways, and what result, the outcome you want to see in the real world. So that everything, and you have to write in present tense. Present tense. I am saying the world is living their life to the fullest. Yeah, so that everyone live their life to the fullest. So in the present tense, you have to write it down. Now, I hope you have taken the screenshot of this. So you have to write it down, and before the Wednesday ka session, you have to share it with Godwin. Now, Staying on purpose. When you start, when you have written, when you have created your purpose, write it down. That's the reason I have given you this tool. You have to write it down. Read it every day, preferably in the morning. Whenever you wake up, you should know, you should recall your purpose. Say thanks to God that you got one more day to express, to deliver your purpose in the real world. Say thanks to God. The first thing in the morning I do, when obviously law of attraction jab hum padhate, so we also practice that. The first few things I do in the morning is, the first 5 things I'm thankful about my life, I say thanks to God the Almighty. And the 5, the 5 immediate goal I share with the Almighty. This is my 5 immediate goal. Yeah. So first I thank for whatever I have, and then I recall my 5 immediate goal in front of my Almighty. Yeah. This is the first thing I do in the morning as a law of attraction. Yeah. So every day you should recall, so that it becomes your subconscious. It should go in your subconscious, and when it goes in your subconscious, it becomes your habit. So you don't have to recall your purpose again and again. So if you have a very creative mind, or you can take the help of AI, chat GPT or something like that, and make a visual symbol or picture about your purpose, and hang it there. कहीं पे भी इसको टांग दीजिए, उसका एक अच्छा सा wallpaper बना लीजिए. Keep it on your phone, make a display kind of a thing. जब भी आप ऑफिस जाए, लैपटॉप के ऊपर उस पे wallpaper you can create. हर जगह पे उसको चिपका दीजिए and things like that. So that you will be going to revisit that particular purpose again and again. This will help you focus on your purpose again and again, and that will going to help you inspired to be on your purpose. Right? That's the reason, purpose, staying on. First of all, having purpose is important, and then staying on purpose is very, very important. Yeah. So I hope you got some light about the purpose statement exercise. Any question on this? Any more clarity you want about the purpose thing? So I hope this is very simple way to create your purpose statement. So the first thing after the session you can do is create your purpose statement. As a parenting coach, or as a kids trainer, or whatever training you are doing, life skill, employability skill, or business training you are providing to your audience, have a purpose. And the purpose should not be very kind of a specific to particular target audience. It should be open to everyone. Whenever you talk to someone in a lift, whenever you talk to a person in your society, so you are living up to your purpose. It should not be like every time you require a paid client to deliver your purpose. No, I have my energy and enthusiasm 24/7. So I don't require a paid participant so that I motivate them or inspire them. Anyone, if I see a person is concerned, or person is upset, or they're having lack of confidence, so I'll go and talk to that particular person. So what's happening? Every day you are very excited and motivated. What happened to you today? So I start a conversation that way, so that the conversation ends when we are departing. So the person will be motivated, or he or she should be inspired or empowered or transformed after my conversation or after my meet. That should be your intention. And it should not be consciously. It should be happening subconsciously. You are not aware that you are doing that. Means ऐसा नहीं कि आप जाके deliberately you are doing that. They will be in a position to say that कि मेरे पर activity आजमा रहा है. Obviously in the beginning it will look like, but it should be happening unconsciously. Unknowingly. Whenever you see, you realize your purpose, you realize why you are here in this particular world. Yeah, Nirmal ji.
Sir, I had just a small doubt. Like, can we use the words like expertise? Like, I would like to or use my expertise, energy, and passion for
Expertise in
empowerment.
what? Means expertise is like a questionable
Okay,
thing.
we have to be
Expertise in
specific.
what?
We have to be specific in that.
Exactly. Some quality, we are talking about quality. The expertise is not a quality. It means your expertise in what? I will ask, in what? So you will say, I am expertise in parenting. So yeah,
Yes.
so I am very good with, whenever I talk and I have a conversation with parent, I am very, a person who's very experienced and have a wisdom to convince parent. So I am very much, expertise in that. So you have to be very specific. So the quality which you are writing, it should be very clear. Yeah. I hope I answered your question, Nirmalji. Okay.
No. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, great. So, so this is your activity, your homework for the next session. I hope so it's clear to everyone. This life purpose exercise is clear. If it's clear, please type clear in the chat box. What we're going to do here is we'll take a short break now, and then we'll go to the next topic or the next content. So it's 8:50 now. So let's take a 10-minute का break, because थोड़ा सा अगर आपने कुछ खाया नहीं है तो you can take a snacks, or you can take a water or something like that. So we'll come back at 9 o'clock, right? So be sharp. So we are giving you 10 minutes का break. So 9 o'clock को sharp आप वापस आ जाइए. Yes, Nirmal ji.
Sir, 30 seconds question. Sir, before the end of the session, please tell us the story about Tiger IK.
Tiger IK. Okay.
Yeah,
Tiger is an acronym. The participants who have gone through my training program, they are aware about TIGER. Tiger is an acronym. So why to wait, at the end? Let me share. The break has already started. So Nirmal ji का time थोड़ा सा चला जाएगा. So it's absolutely
कोई
fine.
बात नहीं, sir.
But I am
कोई बात
ready,
नहीं.
because that I have already
Yes,
shared
sir.
my purpose. I am so excited to share my things, so that with my sharing, if you get motivated, if you get inspired, that will be, the beautiful thing for this particular day. So TIGER, T stands for tough. You have to be tough in life. I stands for ingenious. You have to be ingenious, because when things get tough, difficult task, difficult situation comes in your life, so you have to be ingenious. Ingenious means you should be ready with your creativity idea, the creative solutions, the problem solving kind of an activity you have to do. So you have to be ingenious. Sometimes the old ways can work for you, or sometimes you have to create new ways. Yeah, so you have to be ingenious. So first, tough. You have to be tough with the situation. Tough with others, not. I'm talking about tough with yourself. That you have decided that I'm going to read this book Die Empty in a week time or in 1 month time. So anyhow, you're going to complete that. You are very tough on yourself. And ingenious, you will create an ingenious way to do that, right? So you are very ingenious in that. And G stands for go-getter. You will be a go-getter. You will not wait for opportunity to knock your door. You go and crack the deal. Means, for example, if Amazon is not delivering that book to you, you just go to the bookstore and buy that book on the same day. Yeah, you're a go-getter. You'll not wait somebody come and deliver after a week time. You will go find out a bookstore or something like that, crossword, and you'll just purchase that book and come back with that book in your hand. You are a go-getter. So, and then comes E. You are energetic and enthusiastic. Means you are very energetic kind of a person. Enterprising person, we say. Enterprising. So tough, engineers, go-getter, enterprising. So enterprising person are people who are energetic and enthusiastic. That's the reason you can see in my purpose, in my purpose, life purpose, energy and enthusiasm is there. You have to be enterprising. Enterprising people are risk taker. They don't fear for taking new actions or new decisions in life. They are decision makers. They believe in themselves. The way I shared the example of Ratan Tata ji, he says, I only take decision with my dedication, with my passion, and make that decision right for myself and for my company. Same way, you have to be enterprising in your life, in your journey as a trainer, as a counselor, as a coach. And lastly, when you're tough, engineers, go-getter, and resourceful, enterprising, you become resourceful. Resourceful is wise people, wisdom people who have wisdom in that particular area. They can guarantee result. Yeah, because they have seen toughness in life. They have seen, they have multiple ways to come out of that tough situation. Engineers, they are go-getter, they are enterprising. That's the reason they have become resourceful. So TIGER is an acronym. So I have a program called TIGER, Tiger. So after completing my program of 2 months, it's a transformation 2 month workshop. So after that, you get a certification and you get a title of Tiger. So you can write Tiger Nirmal in front of your name. Yeah. So this is
Soon,
Tiger.
sir, I'm waiting to write that one, sir.
So that's a
Where
physical
this
program. Majorly, we do that Tiger program. We never do that program because it's a different program altogether. So it's a physical program. Lot of things, lot of activities, lot of people run away from that program.
Yes, sir.
Because obviously to become a tiger, you must have seen that movie of Rahul Roy, Junoon. I don't know. You
Yes,
must
sir.
have seen that. So when he becomes tiger, from a man
Transform.
to a tiger,
Yes, sir.
go and Google it. YouTube
The
it.
painful process. The painful
Junoon
process.
movies of Rahul Rai, you will see the transformation of Rahul Rai from a human to become a tiger. It was very painful. So obviously to become a tiger, it's not an easy journey. It's a very tough journey. And when you become tiger, your life becomes amazing. Okay, so you have 5 minutes more for a break.
Yes,
See you after 5 minutes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so welcome back. Hope you all are back from the break. It's 9:01. Yeah, if you are back, please type back in the chat box. Thank you, Lekha ji. Thank you, Priti ji. Bhavya ji, Shrivali ji. Thank you. Thank you, Nikhat ji. What about others? So that we can start. Thank you, Nirmal ji. Mera ji. Thank you. Great. Awesome. So maximum participants have come back from the break. So let's get started. So now we're going to talk about a beautiful skill which is very important for trainers. I know you must be using this particular thing. Obviously, you must be there in this profession from 15-20 years, right? But still, few elements you need to revisit, you need to work upon so that you become an effective speaker, right? So as a trainer, now the topic, the skill which I'm going to talk about is the communication skill, the most important, the public speaking skill. So here we are covering the art of speaking part. It will be helpful for you as a trainer for both online and offline, because this program, as a parenting coach, train the trainer program, the enlightening mind program, you have to execute, you have to deliver in both ways, online and offline as well, right? I hope I'm audible to everyone. Yes. Thank you. So yeah, so very important element. Today the first element we're going to touch upon, जो हाँ जब हम बात करने वाले हैं वो the art of speaking के अंदर, I know many trainers are doing this, जैसे विद्या जी ने तो already in our enlightening mind program इन्होंने ये topic already बच्चों को cover भी किया हुआ है. But yes, the important elements or components I will going to cover here. So as a trainer, you become a impactful, more effective, more powerful speaker or a trainer, right? So public speaking is an art and science both, right? Do you agree on this particular point? Public speaking is an art and science both. Do you agree? If yes, why? If not, why? You can share your view. You can just raise your hand and you can talk to me. Public speaking is an art or science both. Do you agree on this? Yes. Why? If not, why? Yeah. Anyone? Yeah, Charuji. You can unmute yourself.
Yes, it is an art and science both, because public speaking, it is an art because when you talk, it is your tones, your intonations, the way you speak, your gestures, your body language, your face expressions, everything. And this is both online and offline, both.
True.
Even in your online this thing presence, at least half of your body is showing. Or if it's a classroom kind of a teaching you're going to show, then their full body does show. Some of them do
Absolutely.
that. So,
Yeah.
it is an art in the way you do it, how you catch attention of the people, you keep them, engaged for whatever you're talking. It's got to be interesting, whether it's storytelling, you've got to make it interactive so that
So
they remain
Charuji,
alert.
you mean to say art is like your way of delivering will be different, or my way of delivering will be different, and Nirmalji's way of delivering will be different, right? It's art.
Yes, creative. It's
Yes,
creative. It's
exactly,
art.
exactly.
It's creative.
Wonderful,
And it's
wonderful.
science because it has got to have certain scientific logistic kind of work also,
True,
because
true,
it's got to have facts, contents. That
true.
content part has got to be, factual based. It cannot just be imaginative about everything.
Right.
So how you're dealing, so there it becomes like a science, that live. For
Exactly.
example, if you're talking about gases in science, it's got a physical property and a chemical property, and it's got its
Absolutely.
uses. So that becomes
Right.
the scientific part of the public speaking.
Exactly.
And
If
art,
you
of
if you put
course,
some other chemical in that, so what will
it's going to
happen?
blast. It's going to blast.
Yes,
And
exactly.
you digress. You would get distracted, as well as, it becomes chaotic, your public speaking, because it is not, there's no cohesion in what you're talking and what you're speaking. So
True.
their public art definitely is an art as well as a science, both the things combined. I mean, I'm just trying to make it very short and not trying to
absolutely
other
right.
people's time as well if they want to add.
So it's now you already share all the thing, so it's in you mean to say, so it's an art where you can bring your own element, your own creativity into delivery, and it's science. You have to follow some scientific steps, some rules, some process, some some kind of a you can say process, and some characteristic of a particular thing, like when you deliver a particular talk or you deliver a particular program, so there should be some opening, there should be some mid kind of a thing, and there should be end part, right?
Concluding.
So yeah, the concluding part, the end part of the program, the closing part, you can say. So yes, you can't do the climax first.
Yes.
You can't do the opening after that. You can't do the middle part at the end, right? So there is a process. There is a process, and you have to follow that.
Takeaway from your public speaking. There's got to be a takeaway by the public for whom you're speaking. They must have that. And whatever you speak, it should remain the way you do it. It's creativity, whatever it might be, it goes into the minds, the head, into the system of people who are listening to you.
Exactly. So yes, so you are following the step, means you are in the flow with that particular talk or that program, or if you are making any kind of a video or something like that, so you're in a flow. You are opening, you are doing the middle part, and you are then closing and concluding that particular part, right? And you're using a scientific steps, the process, and how you're going to do that, it's a art. Yeah, Preeti ji, you want to add something into this?
Yeah, just wanted to say that structuring of the entire presentation when you are delivering any kind of a presentation while you are speaking with public is where you are putting everything as a science. Your body language and how you're presenting your facial expression, that becomes an art of delivery of how you're doing it. So that
like
is
how you carry yourself, for example, how the personality, like for example, the Tony Robbins. You're on mute again, Preeti ji.
The impression you create.
True.
So that is how the art is coming up. So everything, the art and science, like how ma'am was saying, yes, it is a combination of both.
It's a combination of both. So means you have to work both ways, to be a great and effective or impactful speaker or a trainer. So you have to work on the both, on the both element or the both segment or the both part of art. You have to be artificially scientific or scientifically artistic. Yeah. So you have to work on both the part, like how you carry yourself, how you look on camera, or how you dress yourself as a trainer and things like that play a very, very important role, right? So great. Thank you so much for giving your views, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's get into this. So obviously, as you rightly said, public speaking is an art and science both. And let me tell you, that's a beautiful saying. It's not what you say is important, it's how you say that's important. आप क्या कह रहे हो मैटर नहीं करता, आप कैसे कह रहे हो दैट रियली मैटर्स, राइट? लेट मी शेयर यू स्टेटमेंट. आपने सुना होगा कुछ डायलॉग्स हिंदी में, मैं बहुत अकेला हूं या काफी अकेला हूं. It's a very sad kind of a demotivated kind of a dialogue, right? Same three words, काफी अकेला हूं. But if you use that three word in a different way, अकेला ही काफी हूं becomes a different game altogether, right? So how you say it, it's very, very important, right? You must have seen the movie Dhurandhar. Many of us have seen that. घायल हूं इसीलिए घातक हूं, घायल हूं इसीलिए हालत खराब है, मतलब कुछ नहीं कर सकता. मैं अभी बहुत चोट खाया हूं ऑलरेडी, काफी लोगों ने मुझे मना किया ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम्स के लिए, तो कांट डू एनीथिंग राइट नाउ. बट घायल हूं इसलिए घातक हूं. आई एम वेटिंग फॉर my that one kind of an opportunity where I can give my best and I can show my talent to the world. I can show my skill to the world. घायल हूं इसलिए घातक हूं. So how you say it is very, very important. That's really make a big difference. So same way, when you do a training program, so obviously the scientific part will be shared by you, shared by Guru School to you, right? So the brain gym will be there, the eye gym will be there, the water therapy will be there, the NLP part, the yogic science, super brain yoga, all the scientific steps will be there. But how you will going to deliver that, it becomes the art. Yeah, but ऐसे नहीं है कि you will start with water therapy first. No, there will be a flow. First, you will going to do this. You will going to do that. That's the reason today in the presentation, Abhilash shared with you कि इस तरह से we share the presentation. You can't start the presentation with the first thing. कि what is important and critical today. No, you have to make that mood. You have to set that particular standard, and then you can go in that particular zone where you can ask what is critical and what is important to you as a parent, right? So that's the reason, it's not what you say, it's how you say that's very, very important. So you need to work upon how you say, how you're going to deliver your training program. That's very, very important. And you have to continuously become the best version of yourself. Means whatever you are doing yesterday, you should be better than yesterday today. And your tomorrow will be better than today. Yeah. So you should continuously work upon, means whenever you see my PPT, now I always change something in my PPT. If I add an example, or sometimes I add a video or something short clip or something like that, I always try to improvise my presentation. And you will see very little or limited test kind of a content on my slides. Yeah. So it's not what you say, it's how you say it's important, my dear friends. So public speaking, it's very, very crucial in today's time, but it's very difficult skill. Let me tell you, that's the reason there is many things about, about public speaking. People say that public speaking is the biggest fear after death. Public speaking is the biggest fear after death. Some says public speaking is the biggest fear before people. They avoid that. They avoid that kind of a situation. They avoid that kind of an event. They don't go for that event where they have to speak in front of people. I hope I'm audible. Yeah. So it's a very difficult skill. But yes, as we can learn bicycle, we can learn public speaking. As we can learn swimming, we can learn public speaking. जैसे हमने चलना सीखा वैसे हम बोलना भी सीख सकते हैं. इफेक्टिव बोलना. I'm not talking about just बोलना. भी तो बोलना तो हम बहुत जानते हैं. We तो know how to speak, but what to speak, how to speak, that's very, very important. कम शब्दों में मैक्सिमम आउटकम मिलना, that's very, very important. ज्यादा बोलने की जरूरत नहीं है. You should be an effective speaker. That's the reason in my training program of Tiger, we teach people how to speak effectively in 2 minutes. So there are different talks in that particular program. Talk to inform, talk to get action, talk to get convinced. You must have seen in the beginning of the program, the first day of my session, I started my conversation with 3 questions. Hope you remember that. And the answer of that question will always be yes. It's a frame of the question. The framing of the question was so positive that you're going to say yes to that question. So talk to convince comes in picture. When you start your conversation with asking question and getting yes answer from your audience. So yeah, it's a skill you can learn and you can practice. You must be doing that so you can, kind of do polish and you can be more effective and more powerful speaker. And now let me ask you, audience, because you all are trainers and speakers. But before that, let me show you this video. You must have seen this video many times if you are a trainer or a coach and you must be training your audience on communication. You must have shown this video to your participants. So let me show you this video to you. So let's see this video and then talk about this video. The sound is coming, Charuji? The background sound was there, no? Yeah.
What did you do to my sign?
I wrote the same, but in different words.
Thanks, love.
So change your word, change your world. Right? You must have seen this video many times. I don't know. Pritiji says I use in my session. That's great. You should use whenever you teach communication, when you teach public speaking. So you should always show this video to your participant, and it's easily available on YouTube. Okay, awesome, great. So what is the learning? It's a very simple thing. The same statement with a different framing. She just changed the word, and the word has changed for that particular old blind person. Yeah. So change the word, change the world. It's very, very important. If things are not working for you, start working on your communication. Start working on the way you do the presentation. For example, if deals are not getting cracked for you, आप जाके presentation दे रहे हो, closing नहीं हो रही है, तो start working on the effective part of the presentation. How more effective, more element you can bring, how effective communication you can bring to your presentation. Start working on that and change the word, and you're definitely going to see the result. Yeah. So now, here we are talking about changing the word, and we are talking about public speaking. So why I'm sharing this with you all? Because you are all already a trainer or coaches, and most of you must be doing one-to-one. You will be very good in one-to-one, maybe a counselor, and few must be a trainer who are already doing one-to-many. So you tell me, what will be the benefit, for example, because obviously I'm not talking about here, because we are talking about public speaking. So one-to-many we are talking about, right? So what's the benefit of talking to one-to-many, right? क्या लगता है आपको when you talk one-to-many? Because obviously you will say, okay, I'm very much comfortable in one-to-one. Yeah, I'm very good into one-to-one. I go and crack the deal one-on-one. Yes, that's good thing. You should continuously doing that. But one-to-many, what is the benefit of one-to-many according to you? One-to-many, when you go on stage, when you go and talk to people, yeah, it saves time. Shamsi says yes, save times, because obviously if you want to do the presentation for 10 people and you're doing one-to-one, exactly, Shamsi, you go and you have to give that, say, for example, if your presentation required 1 hour, to 10 people you will visit and you will give 10 hours to do that the presentation for 10 people, right? But when you're calling the 10 people to a single forum and you are giving a presentation on stage and 10 people are sitting in that forum, so in that 1 hour you can deal with that 10 people, right? It's easy, means it's very effective, time saving. Yeah, reach more people. Yes, Sukanya ji.
Yes, so for one-to-many, like I am also from the training background. So from one-to-many, what I found, like when you are maybe within 10 people, so suppose someone has some question or someone has some doubt, so they might get answer from others also, not only from me. So that is the learning, is a group learning, and also they get the that trust also. Okay, it is not only saying by ma'am, but other also saying the same thing, or their experience also they are sharing. So it is a learning from others' experience also, other life also.
Exactly.
So that's
exactly.
That's what.
So we call it peer-to-peer learning in professional term. Yes, exactly. It happens because when you are in group, so most of the time a person who have some doubt or questions, so in the audience somebody answers for you, so it becomes easy for you as a speaker, as a trainer. Awesome. Yeah. Anyone else? Yes. Sharuji, you raise your hand. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd raised my hand saying about nearly the same thing, that
Okay.
interactive sessions does help in group learning, peer learning, as well as it adds more to the topic also. Sometimes sometimes such questions are there that it adds more, certain things that you've not been able to present. Those things also come up in interactive sessions then, and you're able to refer to those also.
Absolutely. And obviously, Shwetaji rightly said, it's prevent burnout, because obviously doing multiple presentation, doing
Yes.
multiple sessions, that one-on-one kind of a stuff, so you get burned out, and sometimes you feel, oh yeah, delivering the same presentation again and again, I'm not feeling good, so whenever we used to do that enlightening mind or the secret to millionaire club kind of a presentation na, so whenever the one-to-many ka presentation is there, I used to do it. And whenever one-to-one ka rehta tha, to Abhilash ji sometimes do it or someone else do it in our team. But I always request Abhilash ji, I am very good in one-to-many, so you always give me the sessions when one-to-many is there. But I'm also, ऐसा नहीं है कि one-to-one में भी they are bad, but I love to do that, so that multiple closure can happens in one-to-many, and obviously you prevent burnout. You have multiple tasks to do. You can't give time every time, like for example, if having 30 participants in one of my session or one of my presentation, I can cater to 30 participants. But agar मेरे को अभिलाष जी ने एक ही दिया, तो in a day I can just do one. So I have only delivered one presentation to one person. So I have only bring that inspiration or transformation to only one person's life. Yeah. So if you talk to many, so you live larger on your purpose. Yeah. जो हमने last previous segment में बात की. एग्जैक्टली पीयर टू पीयर लर्निंग होती है, मनी सेविंग फॉर क्लाइंट या क्लाइंट्स के लिए भी बहुत अच्छा हो जाता है when you know one to many sessions are going on. They also sometimes one to one के लिए they also hesitate obviously to speak to the speaker or the experienced person, so they avoid that kind of a situation, but they love one to many. They can come in a group and they can attend that session and understand. Sometimes that kind of a participation who are avoiding one to one, when they come in a group kind of a session, they enroll for the program, so that also helps in one to many. Yeah, Nirmal ji.
Sir, the best part about the one to many session are like the energy gets amplified. When you start with the
True.
positive and vigorating energy, it gets multiplied and multiplied and multiplied. And
Exactly.
then comes the brainstorming part.
Absolutely. But
Like,
one to many. I just want to add into this. It doesn't mean you just have to deliver the presentation, but your presentation should be so effective. If you are doing one to one and you're enrolling the participant in the closure, and one to many, you're not getting any closure, means you need to work on your one to many kind of a thing, right? So it's not like just delivering the session or the presentation. You should be effective as well. So you need to work upon that that aspect also. That's the reason we are covering this kind of a module. So what are those aspects we need to work upon? Yeah, thank you, Nirmalji. Yeah, Charuji.
Yes, I also wanted to add this that, when we are doing a one to many, within the audience or within the target audience that we have or whosoever we are addressing to. For example, I'll take a case that if they're parents, and they're talking about their children being hyperactive, or they're talking about the children being, depressed or not listening to them. It's not just one parent, many other parents. It has an associative kind of it builds that thing, and it gives confidence to not many others as well, that oh, it's not my child alone, there are many other parents also who are facing similar situations. That's just one
Absolutely.
example.
So the challenge, what I am facing, what you are facing, when a person raise that challenge, so I reconnect, I
Yes.
connect with that particular challenge. Oh, this is not my challenge. This is a
Yes.
kind of a group challenge, or many
Yes.
people are facing the same kind of a challenge. So I can also enroll to this, or I can also connect with this particular coach or a trainer, so that I can also
Yes.
solve this particular challenge or
Yes.
barrier in my life.
Yes.
Awesome, awesome. Great. Thank you so much for your sharing. So let's see what all other benefit you gain when you do public speaking, when you talk to one to many. So one to many is very important. Obviously, we also recommend that you should do one-on-one presentation for this, enlightening mind in the coming time with parents, but also try to create opportunity with school, colleges, where you can speak one to many in your society as well. So there are various other ways you can connect with one to many kind of an audience. So there are many benefits, the few you already shared. So it also improve and develop your self-confidence. As I rightly said in the beginning of this particular module, that public speaking is the biggest fear, according to experts. It's the biggest fear after that or before that few says. So when you conquer that kind of a fear, when you conquer or when you have that confidence of that particular skill, राइट सो ऑब्वियसली इट्स गोइंग टू इम्प्रूव एंड डेवलप योर सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस कि आप जो स्किल से लोग डरते हैं, जो लोग स्किल को अवॉइड करते हैं, यू आर एक्सपर्ट इन दैट, सो इट हेल्प्स एंड डेवलप योर सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस. तो ये बहुत अच्छा है, विच इज वेरी मच इंपॉर्टेंट. फर्स्ट थिंग in a trainer is should be that the trainer should be a confident trainer. It should be motivated. Now, that's the reason, the inspiration source should be very high. So self confidence is very, very important. So public speaking helps building that. It also develop conviction power. So sitting in a large audience, it helps you to convince larger audience, larger people. So large closure or big closure, it can happen in your one to many kind of a conversation. Yeah, to develop conviction power, आपको दूसरे लोगों के साथ में बात करते करते, the challenge when you address, when you handle the objections, so many with the single objection, many people's objections get handled while handling one objection in the one to many kind of a audience. So ये also help you convince people, make yourself more comfortable around others. तो आपको अच्छा लगता है, you start meeting people, discussing with people, interacting with people after the session, before the session. तो ये आपके लिए और ज्यादा अच्छा हो जाता है, because when you interact with people, if you are more of a intrapersonal skin kind of a person who avoid gatherings, so this activity will help you develop or build your interpersonal skill, where you start becoming a comfortable person with people. And also it also helps you recognize in public, oh ye sir ka ye madam ka training maine attend kiya tha, or the introductory session I have attended, right? So people recognize you because you started delivering public speaking. You are a public speaker, so people publicly you will be a recognized figure. So आप कहीं पे भी जाएंगे तो people recognize you. Okay, I have attended your session, I know you, I have listened to you in some kind of a gathering or a program. So your recognition increase and effectively get your message across, as rightly said by Samji, जहाँ पे आप effectively maximum लोगों तक अपना मैसेज पहुंचा सकते हो, बट वन टू वन में बहुत ज्यादा है ना, टाइम कंज्यूमिंग और बर्नआउट भी हो जाता है. बट वन टू मैनी में, पब्लिक स्पीकिंग में, यू इफेक्टिवली गेट अक्रॉस योर मैसेज, put across your message to many people, and it really makes a difference in your personal and professional life. Obviously people recognize you, they know you, you create your awareness. That's the reason I always share, during our counseling programs also, during our training programs also, when I do leadership programs also, I always say you have to go and meet new people. That's very, very important, because when you meet new people, obviously your awareness increase, your brand awareness increase, so you get business in the time to come. You never know which person can connect you with to which kind of an opportunity. So it's really make a difference in your personal and professional life when you meet one to many people. So be and look different. You look like a speaker. Obviously when you go on stage, you like a obviously you become a hero, because the spotlight is on you, because people are watching you, people are listening you, so you look different. You are a different person altogether in that gathering, right? And definitely when you look different, when you are different, it creates more and more opportunity. That's the reason people join different kind of a networking programs like BNI. People join a Toastmaster. Why? To they get 30 seconds ka kind of a slot where they can present themselves and then become a publicly known figure, so they start getting opportunity for the business as well. Yeah, so public speaking create more and more opportunity. So yeah, this is few benefits. Let me tell you few benefits. There are multiple benefits for public speakers, people who are very good in one to many. Yeah, so that's the reason you should learn public speaking, my dear friends. So now my question to you all is, when you talk about public speaking, the first thing I want to share here is, when you see this picture, when you see this particular picture, what comes to your mind? What you see in this particular picture? You can share in the chat box.
Confidence.
Okay, the person you see in the picture is very confident. Okay. Okay, what else you can see in the picture? You can unmute and speak, or you can put in the chat box. The person looks like a leader, Shamji says. Okay. He looks like a leader. Okay. Anything else?
Comfortable in speaking. Very
comfortable. Comfortable in speaking and very authoritative, right? It looks like he is very comfortable and very authoritative kind of a person. Open body language, Vinuji says he is open body language. Yeah, open body language. Sukanyaji also says, Vinuji also says open body language, and Shamji says open to people. He is very much open. Yeah, you can come and talk to me. I am very much open kind of a person. Abdulji says charming. Yeah. Somebody says something.
Approachable.
Approachable. You can come and talk to me. I'm approachable. I'm not kind of a rigid or a rude person. So I'm approachable. I'm very charming. I'm bold and well groomed. You can see I'm very well groomed by the dressing. You can see I'm very well groomed. I'm kind of an expressive person, well dressed person. I'm a confident person. Yeah. Not a single word, but multiple things you have shared about this particular image. That's the reason there's a beautiful saying. Picture speaks louder than word. Yeah. So the first impression is very, very important. The first impression creates your last impression, right? Obviously, when you talk about the grooming part, the etiquette part, people say this. Stage presence is very happy about this person, open, happily. Body language is very good in this person. Yes, rightly said, Sukanya ji. Here, just seeing this picture, by the body language of this person, you shared many things. So body language in communication plays a very important role. Yeah, so multiple things comes in body language, right? Multiple things. So yes. In communication, in public speaking, multiple things comes. But as a trainer, I will going to share few things which I personally use and I got result. And I have seen, my guru Santosh Shire ji and multiple trainers like Tony. I'm a big fan of Tony Robbins. They all use this kind of a body language, and they are very effective and they are very impactful on stage. So now stage doesn't mean only physical stage. Here I'm talking about the virtual stage as well. the way I am sitting right now in front of you on screen. So same, all the elements, all the characteristic which I'm going to share right now about body language. So this will apply to both online as well as offline. So whenever you are doing physical training programs or physical presentation seminars, it applies there as well. Whenever you do virtual webinar or a virtual programs or a workshop, it applies there as well, right? So obviously communication की बात कर रहे हैं, तो obviously you must have seen this, Dr. Mervin का, the ratio of 7, 38 and 55. So I don't have to go inside the deep about this particular rule, the 7, 38 and 55 rule. We all know, 7% is the word and 38 and 55% means 93% is non-verbal. So verbal is 7% and 93% is non-verbal. We all are about, we all know about this communication rule. Yeah. So 7% we're not going to talk about, because 7% Abhilash ji आपके बारे में बहुत बताएंगे what enlightening mind program is all about, brain gym क्या होता है, NLP क्या होता है, yogic science क्या होता है, super brain yoga क्या होता है. He will going to cover all that, how to deliver that, उसके videos कैसे होंगे. तो the word part you're going to get that, right? So I'm not going to talk about word here. I will going to talk about this two part, the 93, the maximum 93% about the trainers. Yeah. So the first thing which you have already seen in the previous slide, which is body language. So what comes first, according to me, in the body language is the great speaker always keep their body open. The way you have seen that particular picture, after the image dekha in the previous slide, and you shared that, he is very confident, he's open to audience, he is very, humble, or all the stuff you shared with on the chat, right? So yes. So when you see the speaker on stage, you will see they always keep their hand open, right? So this is a positive, body language, you can say. When you see, this kind of a posture, it's a closed body language, means you are not, welcoming audience, you are close, you are, this kind of a negative body language, you can say, right? So same way, if you're hiding your hand behind, so you are hiding something. This shows that you are hiding something. As a speaker, you don't want to deliver everything, you are hiding something. That's the reason, you're keeping your hand. It's a sign of a nervousness also, right? You are not confident, you are nervous, you're putting your hand in pocket, you're putting your hand, here and there, and you're not confident enough, right? So you are nervous, this shows, right? So this is, kind of a keeping your hand closed, your palm closed. It's a negative body language. When you keep your hands open, it's an open body language. Same goes here. As a woman, when you keep your hands behind, you're not opening, it's a negative body language. And when you keep your hands open, so it's a positive body language. Now I will tell you how to keep your hand. It's an international format. I will going to share that. Whenever you see the international speakers or maximum speakers, they use this way only. So where to keep your hand? So whenever you are on stage, physical, first I'm talking about the physical part, the physical training. So whenever you are on stage, so what you have to do, you have to keep first and second image also convey defending. Yes, it's a defending kind of a thing, So how to keep your hands, So always in the physical format, whenever you are delivering a program in a live audience, physical format, so you have to keep your hands above your waist. Keep your hand above the waist. This is the first thumb rule, how to use your body, the hands and everything. So the first thing in the body language, always keeps your hand above your waist, so that आपका वो hand pocket में नहीं जाएगा. And when you keep your hand consciously above the waist, तो क्या होता है, you will start putting like this, या folding like this. So what is the thumb rule for this is, maximum what you can do, you can touch your fingertips. Maximum. Also try to avoid this. वो ripple effect होना चाहिए कि जैसे आप नजदीक आए तो दूर जाना चाहिए. It should not. But initially, if you're not comfortable, so you can maximum touch your fingertips. Maximum. And avoid, folding this like this or requesting that listen to me, please. बहुत मुश्किल से प्रिपरेशन करके हम आए हैं, please listen to me. Don't do that. You should be confident and keep your hand like this, Why? When you keep your hand above your waist and when you're not connecting your, the palm like this, so your hand is open. So it says, it's not, kind of a consciously you have to do, unconsciously your hand starting, coming into the action mode. Whatever you are speaking, your hand giving the gesture to the audience. आप खुद ही आपने देखा होगा बहुत बार जब आप बात करते हैं ऑटोमेटिकली आपका हाथ मूव करने लगता है. इफ योर हैंड इज नॉट क्लोज, you are not putting the hand here and there and in the pocket, तो automatically आपका hand आपके dialogues के साथ, आपके delivery के साथ में it will go in a flow. Yeah. So maximum time whatever you have to do, you have to use your hand. And now in public, like physical forum में तो हो गया, but what about the virtual forum? So virtual forum may try to sit like this, जहां पर आपका पूरा face और मैक्सिमम हाफ बॉडी आपका दिखे. मैंने देखा है बहुत बार बिला जी को भी मैंने बोला है कि आप ना आपका फेस को ऐसा हाइड नहीं कर सकते और इतना ज्यादा क्लोज आकर मत बैठिए कि खाली आपका फेस ही दिख रहा है पूरा स्क्रीन में. डोंट डू दैट. सिट लाइक दिस, जहां पर आपको एटलीस्ट आपका पूरा हेड थोड़ा सा अबव, एक बफर, थोड़ा सा ब्रीथिंग स्पेस हो इतना, और इतना हो कि एटलीस्ट यू कैन यूज योर हैंड एंड योर हैंड कैन बी सीन टू योर ऑडियंस. यू मस्ट हैव सीन व्हाइल टॉकिंग, मेरा हाथ भी आपको दिखता होगा स्क्रीन के ऊपर, राइट? You can see my hand sometime when I speak, when I say something to you, you can see my hand, right? It should be visible sometime. ऐसा नहीं कि बहुत बार आप ऐसे ऐसे कर रहे हो, it create the distraction. No, you have to use sometimes, put the point, sometimes thumbs up. You must have seen, I'm talking to you. This program is for you, so you can use that. And when you have to point out, so you can point out to the camera. Camera is your audience. वो हम बात करेंगे सेकंड एलिमेंट पे, बट दिस इज द वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. Now this is the thumb rule to use your body language, to use your hand. Yeah. So I'll show you this picture. जहां पर आपने देखा होगा बहुत सारे सेलिब्रिटीज, पॉलिटिशियंस, दे आल्सो टेक ट्रेनिंग्स अबाउट दिस. तो आपने देखा होगा विराट कोहली या मैक्सिमम क्रिकेटर्स को या सेलिब्रिटीज को और पॉलिटिशियंस को, दे आल्सो यूज दिस काइंड ऑफ अ बॉडी लैंग्वेज. दिस इज द इंटरनेशनल फॉर्मेट. I have learned this kind of a stuff from Dale Carnegie, which is a person, if you know public speaking, he's a person who started public speaking in US, delivering content about public speaking in colleges and things like that. So I have learned especially from their faculties. So yeah, so this is the first thing which you have to keep in mind. Whenever you're on physical stage, you have to keep write it down somewhere. You will forget, and you have to practice this. I will going to give you an activity after the program, and before the Wednesday ka program, you have to practice this with your friend in this particular program. So हमारा टीम आपको ग्रुप में डिवाइड करेगा 1 2 इस तरह से A B. So you have to connect with your person. एक दूसरे को कनेक्ट करके you have to practice whatever you have learning, right? So first thing, you have to keep your hand above your waist in physical appearance, and you maximum you can touch the fingertips. मैक्सिमम आपको फोल्ड वगैरह नहीं करना है, और हैंड फोल्ड करके तो कभी बात नहीं करना है, और ऐसा बैंड होकर, स्पेशली वर्चुअल में बहुत सारे लोग इस तरह से बात करते हैं. इफ दे हैव अ टेबल इन फ्रंट ऑफ देम, इस तरह से, जैसे अभी चारू जी आप बैठे हैं तो यू आर लिसनिंग, बट व्हेन यू आर स्पीकिंग यू शुड अवॉइड दैट काइंड ऑफ अ बॉडी लैंग्वेज, राइट? तो आपने मुझे कभी देखा नहीं होगा कि मैं ऐसे बैठा हूँ या मैंने आपको ऐसे सुन रहा हूँ. या व्हाइल लिसनिंग यू कैन डू दैट. That's the gesture that you're listening. But when you are speaking, you have to keep your body open, and you should not keep your hand here and there. You should use your hand, right? So I hope this point number 1, the first element of body language, is clear to everyone. So this is not about just keeping putting on your notepad and writing it down. Start using it. So whenever you speak at home or with your team, or you go to work, you have a team, if you are running an organization or something like that, whenever you deliver a talk, or whenever you're talking to your crowd, use this kind of an element, use this kind of a body language, and consciously avoid this negative body language, consciously. Yeah, great. So I hope this point number 1 is clear to everyone. It's very easy and simple. You must be using that. But now, few people who are using it, we are revisiting it, kind of reinforcing the same thing in front of you, so that consciously you start using it. And people who are not comfortable with public speaking and not going in one to many forums, so whenever you go, always try to use this kind of a body language. Yeah. So the second element, which is very, very important in body language, is your facial expression. The image which you saw, with the image you said, the person is very confident, with a smiling on the face, the charming kind of a stuff, the element, the points you shared with me, because of the facial expression, right? So your facial expression should match your emotions, right? So whenever you are talking to parents, so if you are talking about some concern part, the critical, the important element part, so you should look concerned. If you're talking about some serious element about kids, so you should be serious in that element. If you're talking about serious and you're keeping your smile on face, that will not going to match, right? It's not matching with your content. It's not matching with your words, with your dialogue. So always carry the same emotions, whatever you're delivering in front of your audience. That's a very important element. So most of the people I have seen, whenever they are talking, the facial expression is totally different. And when they speak, the elements, the content is totally different. So use the content, the delivery, whatever you are delivering, that should match, or the facial expression should match with your delivery. That's very, very important. You're doing one-to-one, the one to many, whatever it may be. If you are talking about some important point which is very concerned, and you are talking about the concern point of the audience, so you should be serious in that, and that seriousness should look on your face. That's the reason, I always say, practice whatever you are talking or whatever you're preaching. Walk your talk. We use this kind of a term, walk your talk and things like that. So when you are convinced with something, which you are delivering, like for example, if you're delivering a program for kids, college going, the graduates or something like that, on some addiction part or some, drugs or something, like kind of a sessions you're taking on smoking, you're talking about. So if you are a smoker, if you yourself smoke, you can't, you will be not in a position to do the justice to the subject, when you are going on stage and talking about please don't smoke, that conviction will not going to come on your face, the expression will not come to your face. When you yourself is not, convinced, that expression will not come. When you yourself convinced with the subject, the conviction, that the dedication, the determination will be seen through your facial expression. ना गांधी जी का वो भी एग्जाम्पल है, स्टोरी हमने सुना होगा ना, शुगर के लिए एक माँ अपने बच्चे को ले जाती है कि गांधी जी बहुत शुगर खाता है, तो गांधी जी कहते हैं कि एक हफ्ते के बाद लेकर आना, एंड आफ्टर 1 वीक गांधी जी कहते हैं बेटा शुगर खाना इज नॉट गुड फॉर हेल्थ, तो स्टॉप ईटिंग शुगर। तो माँ कहती है कि गांधी जी ये तो एक हफ्ता पहले भी कह सकते थे आप, तो गांधी जी कहते हैं कि ये मैं भी खाता था पहले, एक हफ्ता पहले मैं कुछ शुगर ज्यादा खाता था, तो आई हैव कंट्रोल्ड माई सेल्फ, सो आफ्टर 1 वीक आई एम इन अ पोजिशन टू स्पीक टू दैट चाइल्ड कि भाई बेटा नहीं खाना चाहिए। सो फर्स्ट इफ यू आर कन्विंस्ड about something, that will be in a position, you will be in a position to deliver that particular content. So obviously your facial expression plays a very very important role. So there are multiple facial expression, हम उसकी डिटेल में तो नहीं जाएंगे, but you can create yours, right? है ना, जहाँ पे भी excitement है तो excitement kind of a facial expression should be there. When you are happy about something, when you are excited about something, जब बच्चों से especially when you deal with them, when you are teaching them brain gym for example, and they are exactly doing the same, which you have taught them, and so you should be excited, you should show that excitement, and they will see your excitement, and they will do the multiple other activities very effectively. So your excitement, your happiness should be seen on face. When you're not happy about something, you should not do the fake smiling or something like that. You should show that you're not happy about whatever is happening in the program, in the session. Yeah, that's very very important. So the facial expression element is very very important. So whatever you are sharing, whatever you are dealing with, your emotions, your facial expression should match with your deliverables. Yeah, so I hope this second point is also clear to everyone. It's very simple, but very difficult to implement while delivering the content, while delivering the presentation or something like that. Now third, very very important, eye contact. So eye contact, अभी facial expression comes with both the pointers, virtual और physical, both ways. तो फेशियल एक्सप्रेशन ऐसे नहीं है कि फिजिकल डिलीवरेबल्स में आप फेशियल एक्सप्रेशन दे रहे हैं, बट वर्चुअल में आप कह रहे हो कि स्क्रीन तो बहुत छोटा होता है ना, तो इट्स ओके। नो, स्क्रीन छोटा होता है, बट इन दैट स्मॉल स्क्रीन ऑल्सो यू कैन शेयर योर इमोशंस, सो इट विल बी सीन बाय द ऑडियंस, वो आपका इमोशंस को देख पाएंगे, महसूस एटलीस्ट दे विल कर पाएंगे, दे विल फील योर इमोशन। दैट्स वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। सो आई कॉन्टैक्ट, ऑब्वियसली ये तो बहुत ही important element है, characteristic है for body language and for public speaking and speaking to one-to-one or one-to-many. Eye contact plays a very very important role. Now for physical audience, so I will going to give you one international rule, जहाँ पे you will be in a position, if you are delivering a presentation for 1,000 crowd, because in Mumbai there is a hall called Shanmukananda Hall. I have delivered a program or a presentation in that hall of 3,000 to 3,000 plus audience. There is for floor number 1, floor number 2 in that auditorium. So how you can give eye contact to like 3,000 audience? Yeah, so there is a formula. So the formula is, you can see my cursor. I don't know how to use this, the pen. Yeah, sorry. So you can see this W. You can see the W here in red color on the screen. So you have to use this W formula for eye contact. So what is this W? So W, वो धमाल वाला W नहीं, you have to find the W everywhere in the garden. No. So W is when you are on stage, so you have to keep your आपका eyeball जो है वो आपको continuously यहाँ से move करते करते इधर आना है, इस तरह से जाना है. Means you are making a W with your eyeball, but you don't have to move your face like this. W बना रहे हो? No, with your eyeball you have to make a W like. So this way, by just using, just आप कभी अगर 1000 या bigger crowd में आप करोगे, use this W formula, people will see that you are looking at them. Now this W formula is very, very effective, let me tell you. So when you use this W kind of a formula, when you go through this W in your presentation on stage ना, तो आप maximum audience को eye contact दे पाते. They will feel कि जो presenter है वो मुझे देख रहा है. Right? So this is very, very important. And there is one more formula called, pillar formula. जहाँ पर अगर, for example, there are pillars, आपने देखा होगा auditoriums में pillars होते हैं अलग अलग. So you can make, a group of people as a pillar, and you can watch that group in that pillar. And once just go through that pillar, then go to the next pillar. So you can, in the beginning of the session, you can create that pillar, अपने लिए in your mind eye, and you can go through that pillar one by one. So this way, multiple audience will be covered with your eye contact, and you will be in a position to do justice with your eye contact. So multiple लोगों को आप देख पाएंगे, which is very good as a speaker, as a presenter. आपने सबके आंखों में आंखें डाला. हाँ, means आंखों में आंखें डालना मतलब घूरना नहीं. You don't have to stare at people. You have to just give a soft eye contact. Maximum time happens, you have some audience जिसको आप पसंद नहीं करते हो. Your haters will be there in your first row. Or your critics will be there in your first row. So you can't avoid giving eye contact to that people. So it says, आप exactly both eye के बीच में उनको देखिए और move on कर जाइए. This way they will understand कि हाँ, he or she has seen me as well, but you are not seeing in the eye, because when you see in the eye of that particular critic or that negative person, so you get distracted. So but you have to give the eye contact. So you will see in the middle of the eye, यहाँ पे forehead के पास में, and then you will move on. So this way you have to give the eye contact to each and every participants in your program. So physically, if you are doing, that's great. So a W formula, pillar formula will definitely going to work for you. Start working, using this particular formulas, the rules of eye contact. And secondly, whenever you're doing virtually, so the eye of your audience will be the camera. So when you are talking to the audience, whenever you have to share something, or whenever you are sharing some quote or some dialogues which you want that it should hit the audience, always watch in the eye of the camera and speak. So audience will say, oh, ये तो मुझे आंखों में आंखें डाल के देखकर बोल रहा है, ये मेरे लिए है. Yeah, so the eye contact should be very, very important. तो आप यहाँ वहाँ नहीं देखिए, आप exactly कैमरा के eye में देखिए, कैमरा का जो सर्कल है उसमें देखिए, तो you will be in a position to see the audience in their eye. Yeah, तो इस तरह से आई कांटेक्ट हो जाएगा. एंड मैक्सिमम टाइम इन द ऑडियंस जब वर्चुअली कर रहे हैं तो आप नाम लीजिए, बात करते करते whenever you getting any kind of a content में the comment in the chat box, तो उनका नाम लेकर उनको एड्रेस करिए. That's very, very important. This way you are connecting with your audience very effectively. Yeah, so I hope this eye contact के लिए भी so obviously staring is not required. Staring करने की जरूरत नहीं है, घूरना नहीं है. You just have to give the eye contact, the soft eye contact, so that they feel that you are looking at them and you are interested in them. Yeah, so eye contact plays a very, very, very important role as a speaker, as a presenter, as an impactful trainer. Yeah, now let's go to the next point. So let me raise this. Okay, so yeah, very, very important element, which so whenever I do faculty training, like for example, if I am doing trainer program for faculties of colleges or any vocational training institute, I am training faculties now. So this element comes very, very effectively, and very, very important element to be a great speaker and effective speaker, and that is proxemics. So what is proxemics? Are you aware about proxemics? Anyone? Yeah, Charuji?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, please.
It means the amount of proximity we should have with our, whenever we are talking to whomsoever we are talking, how much proximity. We should neither be too close nor to be too distant, so that it's in the right space, whether it's just for audible purpose or even as a, for your, to create that you're neither too close nor too distant to a person. So you are neither getting onto the person in any way, neither
So
trying to show to a person that you're over friendly, over, yeah. So it is that proximus is that.
So according to you, it's
space.
about space, keeping a distance.
Yes.
A respectable distance is required.
Respectable distance.
Yes, awesome. Yeah, Sukanya ji, you want to add some light on this?
Yes, I'm like same thing that I was just saying about as Janman said. So proximity, there are the different types of proximity: the social proximity, personal proximity, and then I don't know, professional proximity.
You can
So
see here
there
on
are
the
different
screen.
types.
Yeah. Different kind of a proximity
Yes.
is there. Proxemics is play a very important role for us speakers, especially when you are in a physical forum. Public speaking में जब आप physical program कर रहे हो, you must be aware about different sitting styles, right? जैसे कि programs होते हैं cluster sitting में, you must have seen round table and people like 6 people or 5 people are sitting in that cluster sitting. So there is a gap between all the clusters and cluster sittings are there. There are theater sitting, जहाँ पे theater sitting में बैठे हैं लोग लाइन से theater जैसा बैठे हैं. You have only one space to go in middle, और between अगर space है तो आप जा सकते हो. That's theater sitting for you. And sometimes there are kind of there is no space in between, है ना. तो कभी कभी अलग टाइप ऑफ सेटिंग्स आपको मिलती है, तो यू हैव टू वेरी केयरफुल अबाउट द प्रॉक्सिमिक्स. तो प्रॉक्सिमिक्स का मतलब, एज यू राइटली सेड चारू जी एंड सुकन्या जी, द रोल ऑफ अ स्पेस एंड अ डिस्टेंस इन ह्यूमन कनेक्शन. तो रिस्पेक्टेबल स्पेस रखना और डिस्टेंस रखना बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है एज अ स्पीकर, एज अ ट्रेनर. तो आप बच्चों को ट्रेन कर रहे हो, यू आर ट्रेनिंग पेरेंट्स और एनी काइंड ऑफ पार्टिसिपेंट्स यू आर ट्रेनिंग, एनी काइंड ऑफ audience you are training, so you have to be very careful about the proxemics. So rightly said by Sukanya ji, there are multiple proxemics आते हैं. जैसे पब्लिक, तो 4 मीटर जो एरिया होता है वो पब्लिक के 4 मीटर का दायरा होना बहुत जरूरी है. द डिस्टेंस, द स्पेस, इफ यू आर सोशली अवेयर अबाउट समवन, तो उसके लिए 1 to 4 मीटर का. पर्सनल के लिए 0.5 to 1 मीटर. एंड इंटीमेट, ऑब्वियसली व्हेन यू नो समवन, यू आर वेरी क्लोज टू समवन, तो आप 0 to 50 सेंटीमीटर के करीब जा सकते हैं. Especially when you are in social gathering like training programs, so you should always be 1 to 4 meters. थोड़ा सा distance रखना है. You can't be personal to that. So I have seen few trainers who in the physical trainings, they directly go inside the zone or the proxemics of the participants, जहां पर sometimes participants feel uncomfortable, जहां पर उनको uncomfortable होता है. Especially because I have also delivered women empowerment programs, especially in Gujarat, Jamnagar and Rajkot. So I have to be very careful as a trainer, as a speaker, or many trainers who are delivering different genres or different kind of audience. So वहां पर opposite kind of an audience, so you have to be very careful about that. So if I'm delivering my program to women, so I have to be very careful about the proxemics. तो वहां पे उनके personal zone में नहीं जा सकते. You have to keep that distance, you have to keep that safe distance, so that obviously आपका connect भी हो रहा है as a speaker, but they are not getting discomfort or disconnected with you because of your physical appearance. Yeah, Sukanya ji.
Yes, so here another point, like I always say to my students or adults also, that suppose there are two, like they're a couple, maybe they're a couple or married or unmarried, whatever. So, but if they are couple also, that time if they are working at the same place or same office, or maybe they are in a gathering, or I mean they're in the public speaking, or they are also attending a training or sometimes. So there also they have to maintain this proximity, although they are couple. But so that can be the intimate space, but that is in the private space. I mean that at home or anywhere.
Absolutely,
but they should maintain that proximity there also.
Absolutely, that's the reason you must have seen during training programs. We also build some activity where they have to change the place. You have to come out of your comfort zone. You have to shift the chair, or you have to come out of your the place where you are sitting right now. You have to sit with a different person altogether. So yes, this is the reason you have to build that proxemics in that particular program. So yeah, it will be very effective when a person who knows each other and they are in that intimate space zone personally and well attending the programs. Obviously वो distraction रहेगा उनके mind में. They will be not in a position to focus on your delivery, on your program content and things like that. They will be in the personal zone and things like that. That's the reason that shift is required, because without that proxemics, if you're not going to break that proxemics, so that particular session will not be effective for that particular couple especially. So yes, you can do that kind of an activity as a trainer, but here we are talking about as a speaker, as a participant. So you have to keep that that distance, that kind of a respectful distance is very important. So why I was sharing in the beginning of this particular point, I personally talk about this proxemics to faculties in colleges and in institutes. You know why? Because I have seen students putting hands on their faculty, है ना, ऐसा हाथ रख के कंधे पे घूमते हैं, because that faculty, that trainer has have not understood the importance of this proxemics. तो उन्होंने क्या किया, स्टूडेंट्स को अपने जोन में आने दिया, और अब वो स्टूडेंट्स दे आर टेकिंग दैट ट्रेनर टू इनटू काइंड ऑफ अ ग्रांटेड, और वो उनके कंधे पे हाथ रख के सुनते नहीं है, they feel that my trainer is like my friend, but obviously yes, you can become your participant friend, but after the training program, you know, in the training program your role is different as a speaker, as a trainer, and your participant role is a different as a listener, as a taker, right? So you have to keep that proxemics in mind. You can't go in the, obviously some person in your audience you know very well, but during your presentation you should not go in that proxemics, and don't allow them to come in your proxemics as well. Both work, both ways is important. It's not like you are not going in that proxemics but you are allowing them to come in your proxemics. That also don't work. They will not, बोले यार चारू जी मैं तो आपको बचपन से जानता हूँ, तुम क्या सिखाओगे मुझे, बट वो आपने क्या किया, उनको अलाउ किया अपने proxemics में. तो you have to keep that professional etiquette or the professional proximus in mind. When my people, I have taken few of my people, my personal relationship people to my training program. Maximum को तो पता ही नहीं मैं करता क्या हूँ, उनको लगता है यार बोलने के पैसे देते लोग, बोला हाँ देते हैं. So whenever they come to my program and whenever they listen to my kind of a physical program presentation, so they get the wow kind of a aha moment in their life. अरे यार, how beautiful, how effective, how powerful you speak on stage. I said this is my second kind of a personality. तो जो पर्सनल हम मिलते हैं ना, वो मेरा पहला पर्सनालिटी है, जहां पर मैं बहुत ही सॉफ्ट हूँ, बहुत ही इंट्रोवर्ट हूँ, बहुत ही काइंड ऑफ अ पर्सन, जहां पे मैं एकदम आराम से बात करता हूँ. बट दिस इज माय प्रोफेशनल पर्सनालिटी वेयर आई गेट मनी. So my communication is totally different when I go in professional forum. So you should have that dual kind of a personality. You should not be like personal, जैसे घर पे बात करते हो वैसे आप आपके ऑडियंस से भी बात कर रहे हो. It should not be like that. Yeah. So that's the reason you should have a dual personality. Dual personality, I'm not saying कि आप वो negative frame में, I'm not saying. I'm saying dual personality in the communication part. So the way you communicate at home, your communication should not be the same at your audience, the money that you're getting from in your training program. Your communication should be more effective, more impactful as compared to your personal communication, which you do at your home with your child, with your wife, with your spouse, and things like that. Yes, Aruji.
Yes, it's just written over there that it should also be in language. It's in the chat box about the language also. It's not just proximity of space, language also, as well as your eye contact. Sometimes what people do is, with certain people, they'll make an eye contact, they'll have a smile on their face, trying to acknowledge that, oh, even it can be somebody, you just looking across. So all that should be maintained to earn that respect in that crowd.
Absolutely, absolutely. So that's the reason that that element of eye contact comes in picture. That means you are giving importance, attention to each individual who are there in your presentation, in your program.
Yes.
And yes, Shamsi rightly said, the language part, obviously if you have an audience who understand a particular language, so maximum audience, like 80 to 90% audience understand a particular language. So make sure you keep your presentation in that language, but don't forget that 10% audience or 20% audience. So you can repeat the same thing. For example, in this particular forum, maximum people understand English, so we are keeping in English. But in between, if you have an audience who who understand Hindi as well, or who only understand Hindi, तो आपके लिए ये होगा एज अ रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी प्रॉक्सिमिस्ट के यू आल्सो गो इन दैट पर्टिकुलर जोन जहां पर आप उनको थोड़ा सा हिंदी में एक्सप्लेन करें. एंड बट मैक्सिमम टाइम, मैक्सिमम ऑडियंस, तो आपको उस फोरम से या उस प्रोग्राम से उस ऑडियंस के बारे में पहले से प्री वर्क करना चाहिए कि यू विल नॉट अलाउ दैट पर्टिकुलर पार्टिसिपेंट. जब हिंदी प्रेजेंटेशन होगा या हिंदी टॉक होगा तो यू कैन इनवाइट दैट पर्टिकुलर पार्टिसिपेंट टू दैट पर्टिकुलर वेबिनार और अ सेमिनार. So this is very, very important, so that कोई left out feel ना करें. Yeah. So majorly proximus comes about the space, talk about the space when you deliver your presentation, when you deliver your talks or your workshops or presentation, whatever it may be. So वहां पर you have to be very careful about the space. So this is all about proximus. इस पे बहुत चर्चा कर सकते हैं, बहुत बात कर सकते हैं, but I hope you all are clear about this proximus as well. Yeah. So here in this particular forum, we are talking about the proximus, about the distance you should keep in mind when you deliver your talk. Yeah. And especially यहाँ पर भी you have to keep in mind, जब आप बात कर रहे हो in the virtual, यहाँ पर तो proximus बहुत कम हो जाता है, but you should focus on all the participants, not only to the one, so that you will be in a position to do justice to all the participants, right? तो ये चीज का आपको ध्यान रखना है. But proximus majorly if talk about space और वो physical forum में ज्यादा हो जाता है. या हाँ, वाइल कम्युनिकेटिंग तो ज्यादा भी पर्सनल जोन में प्रोक्सिमस में जाने की कोशिश ना करें. जितना आपको उस टॉपिक या उस सब्जेक्ट पे चाहिए इंफॉर्मेशन, उतना ही आप बात करना चाहिए आपके पार्टिसिपेंट से, सो दैट यू हैव दैट लिमिट, यू कीप दैट डिस्टेंस with your audience, with your participants, right? Same goes with when you deal with the students का the workshop. वहां पे तो बहुत हो जाता है. स्टूडेंट्स दे फील दैट यू आर वो आप उनके दोस्त हैं, आप उनके मित्र हैं, सो दे कम एंड जंप ऑन यू एंड थिंक दे डू मल्टीपल काइंड ऑफ स्टिक. सब कुछ ज्यादा हाइपर एक्टिव होते हैं, बहुत बहुत एनर्जेटिक होते हैं. सो व्हेनेवर वी यूज्ड टू डू द फिजिकल वर्कशॉप फॉर किड्स ना, so it's very difficult to handle kids. So we have to be very careful about the deliverables as well as we have to be very careful about the proximity. हम उनको अपने जोन में ना आने दें, ना हम उनके जोन में जाए. तो we have to keep that spatial or that respectful distance so that they get maximum out of the program. Otherwise अगर proximus break हो गया तो वो भी कुछ नहीं सीख पाएंगे, हम भी कुछ सिखा नहीं पाएंगे. I hope proximus is clear to everyone. Yeah. Any question on proximus? It's clear. So let's go to the next very important element, which is my favorite, stage presence. So using the stage is very, very important. When you are on physical platform, especially, to use your full stage, आपका पूरा stage use करना is very, very important. So I have seen few participants or few speakers, they just use podium. पोडियम पे खड़े होकर बात करते हैं. दे डिलीवर द टॉक. ऑब्वियसली इफ यू आर डिलीवरिंग अ टॉक, जो देयर इज अ काइंड ऑफ अ फोरम वेयर यू ओनली हैव टू डिलीवर योर टॉक ऑन पोडियम. It's like a 1 or 2 minute ka talk. So yes, you can use the podium and deliver your talk and go. But if you have that, you can say that freedom to go and use the stage, and you have that collar mic with you or the cordless mic with you, you can go and speak and use the stage. Because when you use the stage, you cover multiple audience. You do eye contact with the help of the stage. Because agar, for example, there's a huge audience, like 3,000 people are sitting. When you have a stage and you are talking with the podium and you're not moving, the audience will, like, after some time, they will go in their zone. Because multiple thoughts are coming in their mind. If you will not connect with your thought to them, they will go in their thoughts, right? So kahin na kahin stage presence play a very, very important role. That's the reason you must have seen many trainers or speakers, they continuously move on stage. I also do that, continuously moving. But you have to keep in mind, many stage have that marking system. Because if you have a camera, somebody is shooting the program for you, so there is a marking. So you have to be here in the middle of the camera, and you can cross that particular line because the camera angle will not going to cover that, or there is a other ladder there. So you have to be very careful about that stuff. But you can use the maximum stage so that you can do justice to your audience. You can see your audience, and you can also have the eye contact with your audience. Are you all with me? Very, very important element. I cover all this element, in my rapid public speaking and my signature program called Tiger. So because as a speaker, as a trainer, you should always keep these particular things in mind. Speed. Very rightly said, Shamji. Speed. You're like doing a jogging or something. No, you have to be very smooth while walking on stage. Very smooth. The way, जैसे आप बात करते करते, you can see the audience, you can have the eye contact with the audience. For example, this kind of, if a theater kind of a setting is there, so you are looking to this part of the audience. When you go into the left side of the stage, when you're coming back, you're having the W kind of a view, W view or the pillar view, and you are going to the right side slowly and steadily. And whenever you have to make a point, whenever you have to deliver a phrase or a quote, you are coming in the center and you are using your body language and something like that, and that plays a very, very important role on stage. So public को पता चल जाता है, when you're coming in the middle of the stage and you're sharing something, अब उनको लगता है कोई important बात आने वाली है, कोई important चीज है, ये बोलने वाले हैं. तो इस तरह से you can use the stage. That's very, very important. Yes, that's very good, Nikhatji. You should continue to do that. So stage, but yes, you have to be very conscious. मैंने देखा है बहुत बार trainers या speakers stage से गिर गए while walking on stage because उनका flow इतना जबरदस्त था. They've just gone into the flow and they just missed out the marking or something like that, and they just fall down from the stage. So you have to be very careful while using the stage because थोड़ा सा height भी है. So you have to be very careful. You have to do a kind of a थोड़ा सा rehearsal before your program or your presentation or your talks get started. जल्दी जाइए वेन्यू पे, पहले जाकर देखिए स्टेज कितने हाइट पे है, कैसा है, माइक को पहले से चेक कर लीजिए, द साउंड इज प्रॉपर और नॉट, द वॉइस इज गोइंग टू लास्ट बेंच और नॉट. तो आई तो डू one day prior whenever I go for a big program. So always do that, and you should always walk on the stage before. कहीं पे लगे, कहीं पे हिल रहा है, डुल रहा है, so you can ask your organizer to do that, the fixing for you, so that you will be comfortable while delivering your talk. Yeah. And when you do virtual, so your stage presence is the small screen. So your screen means you're moving, you're using the whole screen, means the whatever the part, the space I have got in the virtual platform, I'm using it all. मेरा हाथ, मेरा मेरा physical movement, कभी मेरा body हर जगह जाता है, and I use all that particular space while giving my presentation or giving my talks or delivering my program. So you have to be very careful while delivering on the virtual platform as well using the stage. तो यहाँ पर आपका स्टेज ये बहुत लिमिटेड है, तो यू हैव टू वेरी केयरफुल, इतना डिलीवर करते करते आउट ऑफ द स्टेज मत चले जाइए, तो यू हैव टू वेरी केयरफुल अबाउट दैट एज वेल. या, एंड द लास्ट वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट, my favorite, Tony Robbins says, or all the powerful speakers says, is smile. Keeping a smile, and the smile should be genuine, not fake. Obviously, while delivering your content or training kids, especially in this Enlightened Mind program, you have to be very, keeping your face, happy. You should be charming. You should be smiling. You should be, enjoying each and every activity which you are doing with the kids. Otherwise, आपका प्रोग्राम में वो ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन नहीं दिखेगा. तो फर्स्ट थिंग इज यू हैव टू बी हैप्पी इन दैट प्रोग्राम व्हाइल डिलीवरिंग द प्रोग्राम. तो स्माइल शुड बी जेन्युइन, नॉट फेक. या ऐसे नहीं कि बस ऑब्वियसली फेक स्माइल पता चल जाती है, और कहते हैं ना कि मिलों की दूरी दूर हो जाती है विद स्माइल. इट्स इंटरनेशनल लैंग्वेज, इंटरनेशनल लैंग्वेज. एनिमल्स ऑल्सो अंडरस्टैंड दिस लैंग्वेज. So yeah, so we need to use this while, and the smile should be genuine. Obviously, when you are talking about some serious topic or serious, some misbehavior is happening in your training program by the kids, so you can't smile. No, you have to show that facial expression. So you show your deliveries, your dialogue should match the facial expression. But never forget to smile. Keep that genuine smile on face throughout your presentation and things like that. So these are the 6 elements which we covered in this body language. Can you please someone repeat for me, or you all can put in the chat box one by one, what was that 6 element which we spoke about? So क्या था पहला? What was the first thing?
Hands above waist.
Yeah, so open body language is very, very important. Yeah, using your hand. Yeah, that's very, very important. Yeah, wonderful.
Then facial expression.
Facial expression plays a very, very important role. So you have to keep your facial expression according to the talk which you are making. Yeah, facial expression. Third,
eye contact.
Eye contact plays a very, very important role. So can you, do you remember the W formula or the pillar formula? Always keep that formula in mind, and you will be in a position to do the eye contact, and you will be in a position to do justice to your audience. And the fourth one is
proximity, proxemics.
Proxemics means the distance, the respectful distance between your audience with your participant. That's very, very important. The fifth one is
covering the stage or stage presence.
The stage presence, covering your stage properly, using the whole stage properly. That's very, very important. But yeah, you have to be very careful. You're not going to walk fast on the stage. You have to keep your walk like on normal, where you will be in a position to deliver the content. After content में deliverables में कोई disturbance नहीं आना चाहिए while you are walking on stage. This is very, very important. And the last one is smile. Keep a genuine smile whenever you deliver a content, one-to-one, one-to-many. That's very, very, very important. Thank you so much, Shamji, for sharing that. And thank you so much, Huda ji and Vinuji and Nikha ji. Yeah, Sukanya ji, you want to share something?
Yes, so along all this, so yes, he definitely these all are required. But another thing that that's came to my mind, that's another thing, it's important thing that we have to be kept in our mind, that is our voice. So how we are using our voice
वो अलग module है. We're going to talk about that. So here we are talking about body language. So here definitely we're going to talk about the voice. So for voice, I have done a training. Personally, I have done a training program from a radio jockey, because I am also a voiceover artist. I have given my voice to many corporate videos in Gujarat especially. So I have attended one program. I have gained a lot of knowledge from that training program. So I'm going to share that with you in the vocal. When we're going to talk about the voice modulation part, I'm going to share that, because that's is a 33%, right? Yeah, so it's very, very important. So here we're only talking about the body language. So the 6 major elements which majorly cover the body language part, right? So you have to first keep this 6 element in mind, and definitely voice modulation पे तो हम बात करने ही वाले हैं in the coming session. Yeah. Anything else? Anything else? So all these 6 elements are clear to everyone. Any question on this? If it's clear, please type clear in the chat box. Thank you. So one last thing which I want to share. It's my favorite quote by Dale Carnegie, because I am also a Dale Carnegie Academy student, as well as I have read a lot of books of Dale Carnegie. So one last quote of Dale Carnegie. He always says about speaking, he says, "Can someone read for me? I want someone else, not Charu or Shamsi or Sukanya ji, someone else, जिसने श्वेता जी ने भी बात किया है. I want Shivali ji, I want you to go."
Speakers who talk about what life has taught them never fail to keep the attention of their listeners.
Awesome. So speaker who talk about what life has taught them means their personal story, their personal case studies, or their personal experience, or their personal examples. When they share that, obviously, when you have gone through something, when you have experienced something, when you talk about that in front of your audience, obviously the conviction will come in your delivery. And obviously the conviction will come on your facial expression. Obviously the conviction will come in your words, right? That's the reason Dale Carnegie, as a big time American writer and lecturer, he says speakers who talk about what life has taught them never fail to keep the attention of their listener, because they are speaking from their heart. That's the reason, as a speaker, as a trainer, I always request my participants, I'm going to request to you as well, always build your personal stories, always have your personal experience, always have your examples to share with your audience. So you should have a list of stories to share, not the outside story, your personal story, what you have done. The examples which I shared when I started my program, I always start the program on time. मैंने एक participants को भगा दिया था, and he is a collaborator with me right now with the institute. So many stories I also have to share. So when you share that story, people, audience relate with you very quickly, and you do justice to that particular content as well, right? So it's very, very important to build your story whenever you deliver any kind of a program. When you're going to teach brain gym or eye gym or a water therapy, first practice all that therapy with yourself, with your kids at home. Why I am sharing this? Because when you have not practiced by yourself that brain gym, you don't know how to do the brain gym and how to do the anti or clockwise thing, and you will be not be in a position to train the students in the time to come to do that activity. So first, that okay, na monkey see, monkey do. The participants, the kids, when you're going to train them in the workshop, so they will be in a position to see you. Okay, bhai, jo teacher hai, jo sir hai, wo khud kar pa rahe hai kya? Right? So that's the reason I'm sharing this code in front of you. So whenever Abhilash ji will going to share that brain gym, the eye gym, the super brain yoga, the NLP therapy, the NLP kind of a technique, the law of attraction, all that stuff, I will request you all first go through it yourself. Obviously बहुत सारी चीजें आप already कर रहे होंगे, but जो नहीं कर रहे हैं, you can start practicing that so that you have your personal story that I have learned myself, so I am teaching to you right now. So speakers who talk about what life has taught them never fail to keep the attention of their listener. When you have practiced that particular technique by yourself and you know how to deliver that, so the audience will going to listen to you and they will going to deliver that same kind of an energy you required from them, and they will be in a position to get the transformation what you are looking for. Yeah, that's very, very important. So this is the end of today's session, but one assignment I have to give you. One assignment already I have given to you. One is your purpose ka statement you have to make, which we have spoke about. You have taken the screenshot. Now you have to build your my purpose, your life purpose ka statement जो मैंने आपको tool दिया उसके हिसाब से, and you have to share that. I will request Godwin or Abhilash ji to share a Google sheet with you so that you can click that activity sheet and you can put that image, you can upload that purpose ka image on that Google Sheet itself, so that हमारी team उसको download करके देख लेगी. And the second activity which you have to do is थोड़ा सा time आपको देना पड़ेगा for this activity, and you don't have to share anything, but you have to do that activity for yourself. But एक ही चीज है जो Guru School team will going to share with you is, Guru School team will going to share the names with you, the list of names, a Google Sheet आपको share करेंगे वो, and there will be number of groups, number 1, number 2, number 3. So you have to see in which group your name is. For example, I'm just taking 2 examples. The name I can see here, Charuji and Shwetaji. So Charuji, for example, when you click on that Google Sheet and you see you both are part of group 1. So group 1, Charuji is A and written B for Shwetaji. So Charuji of group 1 is A and Shwetaji is group in that group 1 B participant. So what, and your name and your number will be there in that Google Sheet. So what you have to do, you have to connect with each other. You have both have to connect with each other, and before that Wednesday ka session, you have to connect for like half an hour. I would say half an hour. It's not it's not a big time or a बहुत huge time जहाँ पे आपको निकालना पड़े. Half an hour निकालना है, and you just have to select any topic, any life skill topic, you can say any life skill topic you have to select, and you have to speak for 5 minutes on that topic. You can prepare a presentation if you want. 5 minutes you have to do the presentation with your partner. For example, if A means Charuji will do the presentation in front of Shwetaji, and Shwetaji will do the presentation for Charuji. So in this presentation of 5 minutes or maximum 10 minutes, you have to keep these 6 elements in mind. What is that 6 element which we have learned? The body language element which we have learned today. You have to keep that in mind, right? So you have to connect with your partner for, I think 10 minutes भी दोगे तो 20 minutes में activity हो जाएगा. But half an hour पकड़ के चले, you have to give half an hour, and free Zoom के ऊपर you can do this. You don't have to purchase any Zoom का license. Zoom gives you half an hour free, so you can connect. अगर disconnect भी हो गए तो you can reconnect because 2 persons are there, so you can do this activity with your partner. So tomorrow, latest by tomorrow evening, Godwin or Abhilash ji will going to share the Google Sheet with you. So click on that and do the activity, and you just have to look each other, right? Or you can give the feedback also to each other. 5 minutes रखिए feedback के लिए एक दूसरे को. जो 6 elements के ऊपर ही feedback दीजिए, content के ऊपर you don't have to give any feedback कि यार life skill में ये नहीं होना चाहिए, it should be this content should be this. No, you are giving feedback for the 6 elements which you have learned in the class about body language. Clear? You are on same page? Clear है? So feedback not about the content, feedback about the 6 pointers, and you don't have to share the feedback because one more thing is remaining. Then we'll talk about the recording of the video and everything, right? So first activity is you have to prepare a life purpose exercise and you have to share it with Godwin, or I'll ask Godwin to share the Google Sheet. अगर नहीं है तो आप Godwin को directly वो WhatsApp कर दीजिए बनाकर फोटो निकाल कर. And second is you have to connect with your partner. You have to see in which group you are and who is your partner, and you have to connect with that partner. कोई connect करवा के नहीं देगा. You will be having a number on that Google Sheet. You have to see the number, dial that number. Don't wait that partner will going to dial for you, or you will wait for the partner. दो आपको पहले आपने वो Google Sheet देखा तो आप अपने partner को बोलो कि we are in group 1 and we both are partner, so we have to connect. So when we can connect, so you have to remove that half an hour for each other. Yeah, वो करके you have to practice. You can prepare any talk 5 minutes or maximum 10 minutes and use the 6 elements and give feedback to each other. I hope I am clear about the activity. Yeah, so make sure every group will going to do this activity, and once you do that activity, in front of that activity the sheet will be there. You have to select the done, that we have this group is done with this activity, so our team will going to keep the track of it. Yeah, so this is the assignment for you for the next session before coming to the next session. Yeah, any question on the assignment part or anything before we close the session? Anything? So one thing I want to ask you before we close, what is the biggest takeaway for today for you? You can put in the chat box. It can be a one thing, a small pointer. What is the biggest takeaway?
Yeah.
Okay, Lekha ji says.
Sir, for me, what I have gained from this session, it is about the delivery.
The delivery part, okay.
How we
Awesome.
present ourselves, the knowledge and expertise regarding a subject, how we present it to the mass, whether it is one-to-one or one-to-many, it depends.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you so much. तो Godwin has already written here. You can share it with me directly. तो Godwin को आप पर्पस स्टेटमेंट डायरेक्टली भेज दे सकते हो और वो टिक कर लेंगे किसने किसने दिया है एंड द एक्टिविटी के लिए Godwin will going to share the Excel sheet with the group name. Okay, knowing the purpose and implementation and building ourselves on stage. That's very, very important. Statement of purpose. Revisit your life purpose. Trainer should be positive in body language. 6 elements, purpose and the statement. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. So obviously यहाँ पे तो सेशन के अंदर में we have created that purpose statement, थोड़ा सा speed, थोड़ा सा fast. Go and revisit that purpose, the statement which you have created in the class. Revisit if you want to put some other elements or other qualities which you are more experienced or wise about, so you can put that element and you can create your purpose statement again and ask why I have created this statement. Can I will be going to do justice to this purpose statement or not? I am happy about this. I will be having a peace of mind after using this in public. I will be having a passion about using this particular thing. I will be gaining profit out of this. So all these 3 elements you have to keep in mind and create a purpose and always revisit the purpose statement. That is very, very important as a trainer, as a speaker, as a coach. So with that, thank you so much. It was a lovely session. I really enjoyed interacting with you all. See you in the next session. Please do the activity because this all activities are like connecting the dots. So you have to connect the dots. If you miss any activity, obviously फिर वो जो है the pitara will going to increase of activity. So do the activity, complete the task as early as possible so that you will be free and you will be happy or excited for the next session. With that, obviously we can end हो गया है. So you all have a great night. Good night. Have a good family, kind of a time जो भी बचा है अभी. And see you in the next session. Till then, take care. God bless you all. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir, for a powerful session.
Most welcome, sir. Most welcome.
Yes, sir.
Now the energy should come from your end. Yeah, from you all.
It was very power-packed action, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Good night, sir.
Good night. Good night. Take care. Bye. Godwin or Abhilash, can you please end the session? Thank you.